no Mako eye edu ewo the studios of Pure 95.7 FM. Now on Saturday say no the extended version of Pure Sports. Ya time say na ya sorry so exactly 12 o'clock. Na fiabishos and so at me aba. And on the 6th of June 2026. Natural say FIFA World Cup no. There was some few days now World Cup no and so in fact you were just 5 days now World Cup no and so nyankopo ya ma Thursday di enemy eno ya wada and a World Cup no and so with me asha no pay you be in community about the FIFA World Cup ebi efa Ghana ho ebi efa Ghana in group and of course all the other nations are qualified for this year's World Cup no 48 nations no ye do bia ho komo and so eba ye shall see update team as to when na countries no wamo omo colors even omo jersey numbers any omo kwakodru omo various campaigns nyina no ye de honsem enso ebaye dodo na kwakodru me can remember say bi wo no nyamai nemum dodo na na akodru omo campaigns training sessions awodo enso atimi ahya say amagana yenso ya training session ase ye de honsem nyina enso edi aba na yebekwa akwa World Cup ni mu nkomo kakra ni atwetwe nkomo bejafa boy ni awram na asen when days ni go by no yet me abon community about the FIFA World Cup na nya World Cup nkomo nko dey be no pay don't forget sir transfers ni so no stories no egusu a eba players ni be pre-move clubs ni be per players coaches enso move any idea ni nyina ne ho nkomo beba no pay ewo dwumaje so of course Nyame admo china and Real Madrid elections no presidential elections no and so ebetimi akoso nipa mi no and pray that position Vrantia your friend say Enrique Riquelme and or battle with the Don Fiorentino Perez na yebedin community area for elections and Christian promise yes and odi ebewrem e wo Madrid elections na thing some I was here tigina no yati ni nyina kam yebefie so a said the American akana Black Stars in comedy beko ni akwa akodin komo Asamoah Gyan ehunsem epiewa ha ehwan ene din komo about Gyan Jordan Ayew and kasa and I saw kasa about Asamoah Gyan yeah the hunsem about Jordan captain for the side what in simpi enso area tuga na coach Carlos Queiroz enso no Kurt Edwin Simon Kreko GFA president vat wano enemy ESCO members and appointee coach wakan sembi area fa coach no any team for the World Cup Mr. Kurt Edwin Simon Kreko SAU obesre Ghana fo nyina se ba bia Edwin no enya afei na we nya de na o sie freeway na o sie say debi o se ba bia Edwin no o support both spiritual support and physical support moral support any adina no o sere e ama the Black Stars of Ghana because baby Edwin no also you coming together as Ghanaians now you supported the Black Stars. But David Akam and a former player for the national team. One also Akasa area for coach Carlos Queiroz, Wakasa area for and of course any the any move from a coach no meaning and own semeba and pay ewo dwumedi so. Yebere club football Mediama Sporting Club for say omu so omu bangi aye na so omu bagi special na say just when a deals awodo just almost prepare for their World Cup. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yebehwe omo board no ehun so enkoma kakra hase ya yedini nyina hunsem enso eba. Shelemaka no yebehwe major ewo black ana ewo afie no yebehwe Black Stars in community more. Na yet made in kwa for ha omatran se Christian ewo ha Maxwell Nana Asian enso atransia obetenenka. Jacob Achusebe any production team no Bright Owusunum Sanso ena Trent nom ena Jaribes Makunyina Ebua Clifford omunyina Ebua no pay Dalimpo enche busafo mobesha ase atipo frempo nenka na bibia enso ay kama didi Andrew so usu uwetimi aframe Andy Casters en chaso nko enkoma chairman Bright Kankambo du chamo wonu so etechre denche yebesha ase age updates from the World Cup area free chairman BK Binchain all the way from the United States. Ishan say ono represent and so ewo. As I were in command pay live ewo Facebook oko SH Pure FM TV on Facebook. Ube video mesre sir ube share ube like now I drop your comment and so dia to us na afidi na ya get interactive afei on other socials no say YouTube no Pure FM TV when some enso betimi aka na wo monitor bibia aka wa te we have ye no na ejijumani be phone lines no na do adwenkyere enso etimi edi aba emrepem nemum sisi ade wadwenkyere no ewo on Facebook na wako comment section enso edi ato odi amai Emil Smith eni mwamaka na naturally no munyina no ye mamunyina akwaba enso de badwumadi ne so rich eso ochia nyina enso achia opa Sims Kofi out here from Amsterdam and afi oyibo boatin from nebehi munyina no ye nchiachia mo ekwanhiro nkoso kra. Sir Christian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning Andy.
Saturday morning so sort of fine.
Oh, you be draw jumo wie na enwuse nsuo na eto. Me so say nsuo no to ntem dia wa hanka manfo bi da so da kete so mo nsore ye. Be nyankopon ya adom me be draw office wi ansa na nsuo na eto. Enti nanso from the din enti Andy me so say nya adwuma na nka wo ba but this time ka da so da mpem.
Oh yes.
Enti e benya nuanum bebrebe and omunko adwuma weekends no and the way suna ye no still an omoda so dampem. And I think that one of the wonderful experience I've been doing and say insu ato anopase na ewiem dadi na waso feeding na Pure Sports near servo with the best of sports content and intinandi bibia dadi yaba yebesom iwi answa so in your missing so no yakobo ano no so aware enti no nyame adoma 11 program ni 11 ye enti ye pon ya me so se watari gu kam
yeah
maso so de se kire he ya ofan ho anaja wabone kaftan mimi na me kwaewa enti no minti mi fantari ngu kam enti no me bronya atari mahye me de goje minua miss enti boy 11 na program na shase enti no adwuma mu mpanimfo ene adwuma mu colleagues akade nyina bidika wo honum na ye show na yakwa akobo ye nua miss enti no yaba and between now and 12 authentic undiluted proper sports and a best ever team for omoda so dampem.
Mira say Sir Christian edu say opani na no person we feel relaxed pa say they was ya jade na dey you okay
se me ndi obi aka nti nti me na mana me kwara me ko I'm okay ya me aduma de achi ya bai de we are okay we are fine dan sure na me say be topa o na
never to back even to come
so since you be tattoo so 3 days na me say na start again na sana we India no like
man Ghana pa de the rate every June July so to na fani pane properties every year still now
oba hanche ana Ghana won't see a solve problem Ghana yen solve problem bia and I see a crowd as simple okay on says on social media on say first nanke crack kese no na hu say ebia crack kuma say somewhere takradi krana and said that in because the central business district because of gorgeous work more time we market can have on to we drain it na no or hokra e yiri say and nezi atakwa a crew like I say district capitals the municipal waiting in any so yiri andi say enye cities no kwa baby e yiri
me say I watch one young guy
yeah
or a videographer na also wa build the life no nyina for the past 8 years sa mo cameras no lens ne gbanso ne bo o ka bi bo kire wa nyezo I say chama BKB turn the cameras here started the BKB show the bia no computer kasa no grana no wofu na so abrantia or no or the 8 years per the no no ka or the 8 years I build this life we pie ko ye adwuma ba obaya insu afa ne dem afa ne nema ne nyina na utie from his voice how confused this guy is because onim what to do onim the way out because 8 years and was what they are try building assets
at level
they now so funny was not the following day what GOB program akwakucha okokruma ba akoto ne mo de prepare or they be can they prepare for event no kucha the next day obaya with them usua chese
and the ningina ne say obi onse maka say obia nobody loves his fellow brother obia aim is to get big money in his wallet I want a back pocket inti omo aye yi omo so omo hwe sandi ono anim sa ha ye nsuo kwan na wasan dia waton dia mobi de ono so kwoto nso a otu no for sa ha say emmo obeka se o da bi se andi se be anreko bedidi watem mbaje wate asia enti ni nyina batu your attitude oko this assembly name we ya omo betumi amobi permit knowing clearly sa ha say enye nsuo fa ho ena nsuo nso andi o block no ha no obefa ba bia bo ono nka se wa block anti on but andi yes I no more way you can the same thing it's a attitude andi because say nyame adom na andi when you be 300,000 200,000 maybe 150,000 now be top plot as a starter na baby a wokoto unim se ho ye nsuo ye kan wo se still ho na obeto ani na de ono so ton man nim so ho so ye nsuo no waton ma na wo so wato se wo fele ni wasi andi debi na nsuo ni bufu na obefa wa na ya san aba na yo na mi nsuo asai na we aban so ka so obu na o wateno na aboa nkofo so yes ye aban no so ti modern ohun nipa nti andi si ayenye de it's a because Kwame Nkrumah or Kasa no say the black man is capable of managing his own affairs, but we need to change our attitude. It won't say Ghana in the Kasa we need to change our attitude. Honor you careful, but yeah, and so black man is capable of managing his own affairs. Now, and until we're not able to manage our affairs, no, our attitude and the attitude. Yeah, you made your own view. Na nyame ho eduma nyame ho nipa andi mami fa yen hwe America besi all over the world nipa a day ana 1 hour mo bom pa ya kire nyame and ana me won nyame se na eduma so pa no nya kra ntie wie na wo so nti dia wo so wa boss na sa so na esa wo so ye na ni waje ne dia kakra kan na ni wa nya dia sa
na
say me hu video ba ko na papa penny pa so ato yiri no wo shi bola gun
papa penny eno ye papa penny no ba andi wo papa na otim se on de papa wa money breyi se bi nyansa ni trim wo ye papa otim se papa penny mo a wanom drugs a benyina bi dru stage we ne nkuyi eno be hwie gu mu se wo yi papa penny mo na de na to nchen I also saw a video a young lady and so aswa bola no be hwe gu nsuo na eyira konum bola no de nsuo ne de beko ba hu se e ba kwachuki baabi ama nsuo na yira fa obi foforo amfa wo a e be fa onua de toso miensa America maso yes sir se wato asase e wo nsuo mu pen a what they normally do is that omo ton asase ne mawo e dry season a wan hwa adwuma so se ho e flood area okay omo ton asase no say isi akoton asase ya won nsuo ne to eti bia asase ya ye flood area bia no nsuo to sese no be hu nto eti oba moton asase no obetwa ya ma dry season na nsuo nto na wadwe ma so se aha flood zone no aton amawo the responsibility now rests on town planning na omo ye town planning no say adabi asase we de ye nton fancy dai no bi krato asase ne ba ho se obeje permitter then na wo a unim wako school akosua no e ma the permit to sa nipa no so won si dai e hwe mani pani si dai wie tram wie na let wako akobu dai na to agu. Sometimes you don't sangrofo no maybe I don't support them, but put yourself in their shoes. Say what asase no onim enipa onim a e se o ka che ne sa ha yin si dai no apene ama ne permit ama na si dai na wie atimo wie. Then one day, the same state agency, Abba, no Buddha Natuogu. Why they failing wine? Why they failing wine? In the first place, you know, and many panics die in the first place.
Exactly.
Remember who a lot of people are able to die. Mammy Bakwa, who need their crowd, and they will say, Okudna die, Mumfra die. Because for you know, Abian life in an investment, why you know, this or this is our dying. One jano mani si sa dai no one to asase man no or to asase man ni wie no ansa na be si dai no e se wonya work permit no number 1 asase na wato no e o se o de side plan ba yeah sure e se o de building plan ba building plan no e be e kire se obetimi esi sa dai no esi sa asase no so ye resa na ma we nyina wie na ya clear wo se da bi wasase no obetimi esi wo dai na pese wo si no esi so ye we nyina wie na manipa cross die wie a then nipa na trembe 2-3 years later then the same state agencies now a man clearance a man permit a man see die no abese will be investment. What do you expect such people to do? We are failing them from the start.
Hadwene na Dennis Odro say Nyankopɔ de obi apa ama no go amaye nyansa se yemfa ntena asase so wunyu so adwene a na ne wa so team we ni Samuel Ofel say Andy and your crew, I stopped being concerned about the floods in Ghana when 101 people died at Sekel and nothing was done about it. Only compensation was given to the families. Greetings from Prague, Czech Republic. Ewana Ovishun. I mean, yenche wa no pay. There were some few days na World Cup no and swash as ye. Christian, mami o top 3 nations for the World Cup.
Top 3 nations. Amwa mimi nimso mbiti.
Yes.
Aji World Cup.
Yeah.
Top 3 nations. Didika France. Mimi chimwa. And the array of talent Xtra France for no. Enye talent kitwa. And you know, maybe in that pecking order, I'll go for France.
France 1, okay.
All things being equal. So Portugal for decide say Ombebo as a unit. Now help Portugal so quality Chrome, Bruno Fernandes, any Vitina, any João Neves in Munukra Portugal Finfino. If they decide to play as a unit, Portugal can be a force at the World Cup.
Portugal 2.
Portugal 2. European countries, you know, France and Portugal. South America there, and it was a World Cup no between South America and Europe. South America no many sure say more a bigger force than Argentina coming into this World Cup. Brazil the Brazil that we know, and South America also Brazil, Uruguay and Argentina. Uruguay and a serious contender for this World Cup. And it you know say me back for South America on there, then I'll still go for a team of Argentina into France. Portugal,
Argentina,
and then Argentina. My top 3.
Okay. Mago,
yeah, Andy.
The same question. Then I'm the top 3 for the World Cup.
Spain number 1.
Okay.
2 Argentina, and a 3 France. Spain number 1.
Okay, Onkolano.
Yeah. Ose Onkola.
Mrs. Spain over Onkola. So moment Onkola.
Rodri Onkola. Papa Penny. Penny for more. You know.
Ombo nya Pedri ne yimo Lami Yama mo
na ba bia. Fabian Ruiz.
Bedrim Penny for na.
Yes, Fabian Ruiz we are senior men wo mo. Ana na beda Adam so mo Onkola. Oh Isabel mo nyina senior men
nunum dan wo mo yakwada.
Senior men pa.
Afi no nyamya to nhire gudu boss so yakwada.
No so omo free Barcelona ko nam 10 years ansa no samba. Senior men. It's I think Spain number 1, Argentina number 2, France number 3.
Odiano no.
So yeah the 4 back out there Ghana.
O sen
komo say. By extension, yeah.
By extension, yeah.
All the Ghana better to
say me mind yes, they come.
Can you call it 10 and can Ghana come on there?
10 card Ghana become 10 card Ghana.
Oh no, they make 10
card Ghana.
What can be a corner one way? But you really much now, but never got it. Oh my, I mean, that's a moon match, but I say moon proving wrong. Sana require us now for her. But I have Champions League fan. What was say PSG for program? We said that we are also Arsenal. Yes, or movie or say now piece of honor me one. Me ceremony member team. Nana Safu Edubafo Palmer say the top 3 Portugal, Norway and Brazil. AJ Simon or say the top 3 no Portugal, Belgium and France. Anochi Evans say the top 3 Spain, Argentina and Norway. Ti almost and I think say go for Portugal team ne pa me kai says Portugal say Max okay. Then last year we be now cause Portugal for years so more serious with the kind of players because Christian Cry why are the Portugal with the kind of players we could see especially we got a midfield Vitinha Camola over for Paris Saint-Germain or João Neves Cancelo our body am Barcelona what you say Bruno Fernandes in the Premier League Juma Bruno Aye in the Premier League all them almighty Cristiano Ronaldo you do attack now with the experience now stop it
Nuno Mendes about 3
Nuno Mendes
what you say o center backs no
o say João Neves more bobo team na mom sheda nkai no man no ni David to bo no kura no e jaw Goncalo Ramos so no so age Champions League
are you two
ono so baby Omo team ankasa Ruben Diaz mu na ye fit omo nyina ho. They have everything. They have everything. And now say they have players because players so be as will be. But also in recent times now but the Nations League now Portugal are doing very well. Yeah. Well, I think they've won it on 2 occasions near there. And for them to be able to beat Spain. A game the way Spain even scored almost started near the almost back no almost hey now Rafael Leao away in every. Ono crown or outcast of Rafael Leao also teams are be pre Rafael Leao more best started. Also ball let's go we feel Rafael Leao. And see they have everything. They are kind of a coach the benya. They play as a team but sometimes the luck is not there. Oh, it is not that they don't play. They play. Said there were time coach in the bench Ronaldo still amfa. And I will walk up only Goncalo Ramos but boy amfa. There were times when Ronaldo boy amfa. Things that what is eluding them no a lack. And sometimes they be or why be in draw so and for example, Argentina, they had all the stars. Argentina they are there mobile. Oko walk up final no lusu. No Copa final lusu. What's our Copa final lusu? One they say wa Chile. The circumstances Argentina they said no na me play back. Circumstances Argentina they show. Mario Gojeno no te bench now. Extra time didn't be me na or no abese go.
Germany there.
Yes.
The youngest player on the
yes
moment.
Yes. Now about bese go no. And they went through a whole lot but when the time came now you're Modiano. And also France say yeah mamo kwine. Yasemu two first up. Mbappe ya bet. The entire man respecting Mbappe no say every level of the game no were proving. And the only man Akase obeji Champions League. But we're proving this season cry he's still the top scorer in the Champions League. Share the number of goals he scored at the World Cup. Why top scorer? Don't forget only say World Cup here possibly say Mbappe be say top scorer any higher.
Yeah, me know yeah.
Possibilities of being top scorer any higher.
Players no me around him no. Say one your coach in bonus number 9 no Bono Real Madrid. No, I surrounded by Michael Olise and Dembele. Andy.
Also
Evans or Sheikh Kurejina with right Sheikh
baby out in the Bobia. Yeah. Oh baby out in the Bobia be a player be on lazy. Mbappe bet to me about as far as the center lab football no DPN. That is media play of football no or they but until me pela me no. Or Mbappe or more far ball na Andy ebi say Vinicius Junior or more far ball na nya fe na or they bounce so moya for kra oba. Enti France say we but me sure say or Spain for yes your more be sure mun to omonje.
My reading messages nigga kra. Golden no see I say the top 3 Argentina, Spain and France. Combat Emmanuel say good morning boss, my teams are Spain, France and Portugal. John Mensa say the top 3 Argentina, Spain and Ghana. Wow. Giddy Daniel say the top 3 France, Argentina and Spain. Ben Evans say France, Spain and Portugal. Donny Amua say call for Spain, Argentina and France. Roberto Ayala Mexico say good morning and the Dubai is pure. My top 3 nations are England, Spain and France. 4th will be Portugal. Japan Kenneth S.O. call for Spain, France and Argentina. Kwame Ahmed S.O. call for Argentina, Spain and France. Nicolas Kusi Apia S.O. call Senegal, Portugal and Morocco. Nana Chere S.N. top 3 no A Spain, Portugal and Argentina. Samuel Hagan S.N. top 3 no A Argentina, Brazil and Spain. Afe GCD or say Germany always win World Cup on low key. Okay. Ousuku area of our 2 or say Belgium any Argentina. Ismail say Portugal 1, Portugal 2, Portugal 3, Portugal 4. Zidane El Suraj say Portugal, France and England. Also the Edu Zakaria say Spain, Argentina and Ghana. And Konadu area say Netherlands, Ghana, Portugal. Yes TV say France, Spain, Argentina. Di Matheus S Spain, Germany, France, Morocco. Kobe Rich S England is the only country who is coming to this World Cup with a proper plan. YFG S please. Mine is Spain and Ghana. And also the as at this time, the Germany vibe no come from people are not rooting for the German.
They are not playing too well.
Quality no
They are not playing too well. I don't think they'll beat me. Ombe are there might be Ombe Kobe, but quarter final be there. Na yenko amoro nemre yeba na
yɛne de aka nyina no enso aba beto aso because then komo no ebe those yɛbɛhwɛ World Cup ni yɛbɛhwɛ Madrid elections na no so because no nyina no ɛyɛ nkɔmɔ a yɛbɛdi ne dɛ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumadi ne sinti ɛnkɔ ne fa no ne nsɛm no enso entimi ɛbrabusafo ha pure 95.7 FM yɛdi nkɔmɔ ɛno a ɛyɛ international friendly matches enso etimi akɔ so no Paraguay share 4 ɛma Nicaragua entimi anti Puerto Rico Saudi Arabia ɛhyɛ ne 3-0 Canada ɛne Ireland game no ɛno ɛyɛ 1-1 mamefa we ɛntigas ahomachia Haiti elusu 2-1 to ɛyɛ Peru nyame yadma ne game sɛ baso na 1 PM a Belgium ɛne Tunisia yɛbɛnya ɛyɛ Lithuania ɛne Latvia Armenia ɛbɔ Kazakhstan Estonia ɛne Faroe Island Gibraltar ɛbɔ de ɛyɛ Cayman Island Samsung Portugal ɛne Chile ɛyɛ 5:45 Romania ɛne Wales ɛyɛ 5:45 Albania ɛbɛbɔ Luxembourg USA ɛne Germany Panama ɛbɔ de tia Bosnia wei ɛyɛ rival wɔ Ghana ɛyɛ 7 PM tia monitor ɛyɛ Panama one game against ɛyɛ Bosnia demete and some never together ɛna Switzerland ɛne Australia Bolivia ɛne Scotland England ɛbɔ New Zealand Qatar ɛne El Salvador Brazil ɛne Egypt ɛbɔ Turkey ɛnso ne Venezuela game no ɛnso bɛkɔ so ɛnom ɛyɛ international games ɛba so a yɛde wo nsɛm ɛba mu ɛwɔ dwumadi no sɛntinsi nsɛm ne mu na yɛni nkɔmmɔ no pɛma mempia mu ɛwɔ the Italian Serie A na menhyɛ nkɔmmɔ no se from ɛyɛ Italy na me ɛyɛ fixtures no nyame yɛ atoma next season ɛwɔ Italian League no sɛ opening game ɛyɛ fixtures no ɛnom ɛnso anya yɛ said ma memfa nto yɛ sɛ on opening game no Atalanta ɛne Sassuolo ɛne bɛsi akan Bologna ɛbɛbɔ ɛde atia Lazio Fiorentina ɛne Juventus Genoa ɛbɛbɔ ɛyɛ Napoli Inter Milan ɛne Monza Parma ɛbɛbɔ Cagliari Roma ɛne Fiorentina Torino ɛne Milan Udine Calcio ɛne Como Venezia ɛbɛbɔ Lecce ɛnom ɛyɛ Serie A wɔn opening games ɛho nsɛm no ɛne ɛde ɛma mo ɛnso dwumadi no sɛ no pɛnansan ɛna mede ɛyɛ CIS for wɔn nso ɛyɛ kyɛ sɛ wɔn list no ɛnso bɛto dwa valuable ɛyɛ players ma memfa we ɛntoga sɛ wɔn san so de most valuable attacking midfielders na kyɛ sɛ attacking midfielders ɛwɔ wiase nyinaa no obiara market ɛyɛ value ɛno nso CIS football observatory for ɛnso de ɛba abɔnten number 1 on the list no ɛyɛ Madrid player na your friend Arda Güler according to CIS one almost most valuable attacking player Arda Güler the market value 124.8 million euros Florian Wirtz Liverpool to 124.1 million euros Samsung Jude Bellingham also number 3 120.3 million euros Fermin Lopez Barcelona 115.9 million euros Cole Palmer Chelsea also 5 110.6 Abrantia France Junior Krupi one Bournemouth the market value 89 million euros Leonard Carr Asia Karma Munchen almost in the market value no 86.3 million euros Samsung Ibrahim Ayamaza about the ball Animal Leverkusen club no 85.1 million euros Jamal Musiala Adropi 84.82 million euros Dominic Soboslai 78.3 million euros and a total 10 and according to CIS Football Observatory for most valuable attacking midfielder some value no and the ones some the amamo and so with Jordan Son Pamaminko Barcelona na me fan to us na their transfer market for women so value Barca team no na obodi obi market value say see aba what they appreciate akosoro no obodi aba one so drop in value obodi aba na me fa we MTS goalkeeper Juan Garcia according to transfer market for almost Garcia Enkane na oye 40 million euros say per one Garcia 45 million euros 5 million enso beka goalkeeper French Chesney almost similar there previously na oye 900,000 euros say ka say Chesney the market value 800,000 not just what drop 100,000 and Paul Kubasi almost in the market value no changes 80 million euros Jules Koundé na oye 65 Nidiano enso about 60 million Alejandro Baldi na oye 55 million the price ne swate about 50 million Eric Garcia na oye 35 million say Garcia arise equal 40 million Gerard Martin na the market value 25 million say Gerard Martin and so 35 million Ronald Araujo at the sujina 20 million and now they say changes biaba Joe Cancelo previously na oye 9 million almost say the market value 8 million. Andras Christiansen na oya 9 million. So say Christiansen market value 8 million. Okobasa Mefoda Pedri almost 150 million euros. No changes. Fermin Lopez 100 million euros, no changes. Dan Olmo 60 million euros, no changes. Frankie de Jong na oya 45 million euros. I drop it about 35. Gavi ejina 30 million. Magbana 30 million. Eswante ebia meka Makasado na oya 20 million euros. The market value 2 million at every so waba 18 million. Barca anymore. Lamine Yamal either sujina 200 million euros. Afinya na oya 75 million euros. Afinya about 70 million. Walusu 5 million. Anthony Gordon almost in the market value na oya 60 million. Everyone who a club of friends of Newcastle says Anthony Gordon the market value 65 million euros. Almost Ferran Torres, no changes. 50 million. Marcus Rashford, no changes. 40 million. Rooney Balji, 15 million, no changes. Arante friends Robert Lewandowski, according to Transfer Market, not the market value 8 million. You say Lewandowski about 7 million. And a report on Usabetoja. Yeah, those and Emamu Ewojmedin Sanope. Mami Marcus Rashford, near Commando pay. So say Barcelona, Manchester United club no. Manchester United say 30 million euros no emoji for Marcus Rashford. The maintenance of Barcelona the next 10 days. Sebastian and Piazza not just a release clause of 30 million euros no spa. Sebastian for Kobiema, Manchester United for 1 and the asking price. Ebema club from some Barca into the next 10 days in Barca. Ever so maintaining Rashford also Mkotia 30 million and yes 10 days time. Ever say Demit Anna Slot a former Liverpool coach for Mami and Mami Bedin who comes some Milan Juano one can say ruling them out of AC Milan Demete and the English clubs nibi almost approaching or reference Anna Slot. Demete Anna Slot attorney every English Premier League club awabano watano winyana also there be personal Premier League nemo and a former Liverpool coach no be any baby or reference Anna Slot and so betting atre and I debit at metano na Bukayo Saka and then a girlfriend ababa wa your friend said Tolami Benson menya report and says yasi Bukayo Saka ama ayababa wano ne brand no so say the market value and that's the brand and the value and so arise because of Bukayo Saka the success our purchase so I'm on a girlfriend no so the brand no or you be or your commercials at my brands or represent different brands. Diamond and says here almost in the brand no at the expert estimate to say obetwenya between £250,000 a year to £500,000 a year. And a brand deal so benya meaning because of a one man Abante friends Bukayo Saka Nebona our purchase no a girlfriend or no the market value and so rise and Demetia yeah don't some time about Tolamia and also Tembian Obompa also support Bukayo not just a Bukayo across TV our purchase because Bukayo Econo not also the brand value and so across and Demeti so say Arsenal team no one a Premier League sounds echo Champions League final Jamaican that is Arsenal 10 million pounds and bonuses from sponsors Emirates any others for when air camp Arsenal sponsors no 10 million pounds Edema Arsenal team no because Amuji Premier League title no sound so called Champions League final and a report to yeah there was some Emamu Ewojmedin Sanope Mami a branch of friends Andy Robertson I bet they won't come out Eddie chose all free Liverpool no best sounds Wednesday Ewo Premier League them a Tottenham Hotspur and a branch of friends Robertson and so echo Mami for into your Enra Spurs and so now confirm me Robertson a latest player Edema or reference Roberto Di Serbi and a Tottenham also so much no Mami fan to the next player the next assignment no a Marcos a Senasi from a Bournemouth or also a Babeka a Robertson no for Yamia next season and so my club now you're from Spurs and a latest report Abina yeah there was some Ebamu Ewoson so me call Liverpool Mamia Corner friends Real in Gomoha where small boy yeah say only Liverpool team and a juma mame fa we ento say Liverpool team they say womo information say clubs from abroad, clubs from England pakrana your friend say real ingomoha na Liverpool our message no simple almost say untouchable players are Otoma onye branch friends real ingomoha na almost krano obe play crucial part Liverpool omo project anymore so say ora your friend say when a new coach and so at member Anthony Uriela new Liverpool setup no womo at their credit friends real and so the county so your team na so England and also abroad now for credit friends say Gomoa me so say Liverpool say not for sale and Jametia yet sound common and so ever yeah this sound common no mame fa we enter your Mason Greenwood and so about the ball at the club from some man say na enram unisa Fenerbahce for and so ever betoaba na opanyi ba ko a wono so presidential candidate your friend say Hakan Safi na Hakan Safi na no okoti ni nkomo no eno de kwato yesem wa reach verbal agreement with Mason Greenwood na deal no ose ebe running until June 2030 enti Fenerbahce for Samuel Lectano na ono be president Edma Fenerbahce club na or promise mo Mason Greenwood na orusa website na carries our story no Mason Greenwood like a story no eno sounds a follow ora your friend say Hakan Safi a social media enum haki abrantia your friend some Mason Greenwood and Greenwood free France more than chemu enso ataki for Fenerbahce enum report amenya mame player friends Ansu Fati say menya report say Monaco and Barcelona team no woman are completely former steps in nyina enum branchia your friend Ansu Fati the deal no Mina reports 11 million. Barca, I just castle. Omaja to HD. Barcelona Xtra 30 Edema Monaco. Monaco for appreciating the season. On a good season. Edema Monaco team to watch 11 million. And so they want Barcelona after Ansu Fati. And Diaba, Mami player, your friend is Lamine Yama. Mami Fantiga La Liga no. Bana Yena say Lamine. Enya 16 goals, 12 assists. And a 28 goal contribution in 28 matches. Mame Fantu Lamine and a La Liga, a player of the season 2025-2026. No, a brancher, your friend is Lamine Yama, as a La Liga player of the season. And a dear Badanra, a Copa Lamine, I just saw award, Mame Fantu the last year 5 La Liga player of the season winners, no, Barca. Omubupa mame fa we entuya Sir Lamine Aji before that last season a branch of friends Afinya NJ Jude Bellingham Enso J Marc-Andre ter Stegen AJ and a Karim Benzema Enso AJ into last 5 no emu 3 every Barcelona emu 2 every Real Madrid and a reporter ba the other one some emu Madina Sanope na akodana friends Dominic Soboslai Hungary and qualify for a FIFA World Cup no and to Soboslai our the holidays and no kopiemo Austria na Dominic Soboslai for mame only some Nigeria or call the former club Red Bull Salzburg I was sure Jenny I said na big boy and so Liverpool mame fancy I said of visitor aya club Red Bull Salzburg of visitor aya club no ekwache amokoe ekohun aya players nibia wanu omo enso shase empanifo a emra no ho no omo nyina ho no okosiehia omo nyina ansa na obeba Liverpool na club we eno no nso esiaka okofisite omo enso no omo ekotwetwe nkomo kakra eno player friends Dominic Soboslai ene agena wonsam enso ne tuja ewo ayeso no so Federico Chiesa enya ba be confirm earlier story no make sure say Inter Milan woman any akrana your friend say aya Curtis Jones and come on egusu e kosena Federico Chiesa e dey baba to say osim e dey Curtis Jones ebusano life in Italy Emono so catch and say Italy life is great now what than better than the Liverpool now oye no say Curtis Jones no another Curtis Jones no technically are very strong now also Inter for I make it the right choice say omo pe akrana your friend say Curtis Jones and say Federico Chiesa I confirm say no akrana any Inter for and so din komo enum tie Federico Chiesa owie ya pe no no so ya baby ene make ka kono ball no onya minute and so Liverpool So on your minute, I will Liverpool. I also look elsewhere and just say open team because I will Liverpool. No, born Yamani Mobi, on your bone be Embo, on also person enjoy football. And I Federico Chiesa, a new team, Nakosiakai, and so the Massa Club, and idea Madrid elections, no, Aya Wachana, na Enra again, Ora, your friend say Enrique Riquelme, Essence Eco Dean, Common Opinion, Adi Kotu just say, Ochina. Some Madrid and socials no eto aba edemano so no na president for Real Madrid team na nyame atuma on Monday Madrid coach ebeye owura friends Jurgen Klopp also on Monday on a sporting director medical catches and the director no ebeye Raul Gonzalez Blanco also say Sunday ochina Madrid for no to aba edemana Monday oba director Raul ama oni owura friends Jurgen Klopp and so as here lead ayon komo na enu ana Jurgen Klopp ni agent our friends Mark Ayokosik ababo ntili atuga sewe osi sansam no nya no kre owura friends Enrique Riquelme nsam na waka no kre bia anim na osi aya annoying what you say because owura friends Jurgen Klopp waka na so Klopp no on plan ye and also or return to a club, a football. So be coach a club will be also opinion or you're happy with Najuma as director, Edema Red Bull, and to your opinion any team. Once again, Enrique Riquelme, answer or become Ellen Holland, dear Emma Holland, agent, a Pimenta, any Alfie Holland, Papa, ever denies our story, no, or sounds echo car branch friends Rodri, Emma also deny. Same the latest deny Urano, a opinion friends as Jurgen Klopp agent, and so deny opinion come on Sukodi and I report about Yadon some Emma Edward Modern so me I FIFA as so an Makako Jim Komokakra Nansing Elevator as a FIFA website and Obunya a error website and Xtra Emma supporters need any free tickets. Diamante is na 60 fans and any free ticket. Diamante and some after FIFA for one essence to get back on their website. You know, yes, 60 tickets are equal for free. Meaning, I'm cancel our ticket. No, and to Sabia or Ghana. Oh America, oh UK, oh baby, I know we have free ticket in Libya. Mammy friend took us a FIFA as I'm cancel. I just saw ticket, no, wouldn't me and fan any game, ever walk up, and I report ever. Yet there was some Mamu Edward Medinosano, and I'm a baby, I had no way team, no, I'm photo. Omo official photo Vikings eye team omo use you be picture and answer the show na Norway for akwa drew America so unu said you Norway e host here omo ewa won on Scandinavian countries na awo hopa Norway awo hopa na omo ba eye eye US no on sama no hit no nya easy ewo US enkofo no training emu ayade pa when Norway players abrantia friends Haaland mo na ro mo no because omo ntimi hit no Amu aroro mu nyina ena aka omu shots ebi mu de da form Haaland ena te ice chairs so no ebi mu de gu form no na twese ha no mo awo no enya bi na wa aha de show pad we de Benjamin Asari we do be comfortable Haaland bra Benjamin Asari be comfortable because ono he to watena mu a e won kran ene Ghana ha edum de tia san komo no ya te eba mu e wo dwumagire so me kan de atu yasa no a Paraguay ene Nicaragua ebogo ana so mbo game onu sa match no na Paraguay man ni nyina omodi ja team ne kwan na Maxwell pebi hwei enra ekwaya omo fa so enso ye send off edema Paraguay omo national team because omo ba FIFA World Cup ache this is 16 years ni omo team qualify ma World Cup and omo ba World Cup we no not just emu ayede oko omo national stadium a enra na nya asem kweto ekwaya omo team so ja e wo park ne so ba bia o resa de soro nyina aye kokokokoko enti wey eye Paraguay omo national team no omo send off eye oman ni nyina ensore ma eye team no na ye bi amwa Ghana de ne de yentimi anya send off amfa ma players no wo koye yentimi anya hwe amfa ma Paraguay enso yo mo de ne kama Brazil for eye countries no obi aye ne de ya chane sem na de Paraguay for eye kama nemum e was game no Maxwell akofara wosem enso ade aba unim se Paraguay team no omo star eye player omo best attacker Julio Enciso Sakra former Brighton player no Julio Enciso and omo best attacker unu say no game no about 24 minutes wakakupra na enu akwa no eniso the first year World Cup and wakopra na sade Enciso esiso no na akwaya rewosam diamete and is likely so brand no be miss air walk up na and doctors never so ometwa scan no enso awie no ma hu brand no betia akoba walk up ni bi anase ontimi enko wuru ansi so likely so be miss walk up na na chese e super akra na from the esu osisu ye no enu anya asam getua enu jeba ye the onsan ma mu enso wodwumade ne shano pay na ye din koma no pay enso ewo aye pure weekend sports ne so ma me fa we ento ya sewe onu sam enra ena the Spanish national team sam ye program no ena me de betu ga Spain aye team na say omuwie omuna no game no omodo oni chemo enso ewo aye America akotoa so ewo FIFA World Cup no na enra omukodru ye ewo Tennessee na enyasem kotoa the Spanish national team enso ababedru na star boy Lamine Yamal alante for the World Cup enra Spanish air fans omobae emra na team ne kom hotel me ba chotie edin ba ko a na obia enso ebo na nra we aye Spain team no obabedru ewo omo hotel ewo Tennessee ehoni. Entinra aye players in Bedrian ote one common name Lamine eno aye na America Lamine Yamal egusu jinidi enso ewa America Spain for akwakodru eno aye reporter men say kama me Arsenal goalkeeper na ye friend said David aye Raya on team no ena ko USA me report say wa here Luis de la Fuente the maintenance one opinion no obetimi as Sonic goalkeepers no obi anim say Unai Simon ena ye number 1 Diamante say one here David Raya ebetia abeda goal post no mo e among the Spanish national team amra eye FIFA World Cup no enso betia sha say eye David Raya e ne benya number 1 sport no eno eye nkomo amate e na mede won nkomo anase mede won sem no after eye games no coach we dey decided say asan wana eye transfer be ready obama kwan ama player no enso atimi complete the transfer eno eye tie na Mbappe ena e dey abetu say FIFA World Cup final 2022 master what a game na onu se maxo Mbappe se sa World Cup final no since I bowie on review o se on timi review eno musa ne sa dey eno se oyeso obera na akwa weekend aye demons e woni mu etimi e movie niema se opeso movie on omo lusu ye Argentina agene trophy ama se World Cup for craba 4 years aba enti on pass obako back to aya memories enti sa World Cup ni bowie no ono aya Mbappe on we game ni because on pass ebeko akonya ni nyane eye ni demons bia enseri aba eno aya Mbappe owie ya eno se yem fan together ono Mbappe no epesem aya dia we share o reference Leo Messi the last aya final opeso miti aya Neymar opeso miti Cristiano Ronaldo ewo FIFA aya World Cup because Messi dey we ka Indonesia na aya likely say Ronaldo any name ayo mo last year World Cups opeso miti sa players no enso ewo FIFA World Cup so completely Messi ope Ronaldo no di Neymar enso timi di account na Mbappe say ewiasi jese aya Barcelona and the supporters and ehun say Madrid aya the greatest aya club ewo wiase I say Madrid and the greatest club ewo wiase jese aya Christian and Maxwell just a Barca supporters no omope and enyin to musa I say a club obianim nemum no current Barca fan omontia so say Madrid aya club body aya greatness and according to Mbappe and Eddie San come on Kayavet Mina reports na Germany against USA match no Germany say coach and friend say Julian Nagelsmann yes and Kai Ebedri and nemum coach and sem reni ho emre eni ho Kai aya part of any team no enti and game against US Germany US no Kai ebe start a match no unsa nansen Arsenal players awoko ekopie mu enso ewo Spain manager no anformal ensia kai name owura friend say Julian Nagelsmann there ose kai and Maria time no emre no kra also use no enom dia ba Lennart car rewosam enso ma Bayern Munich obakoda no onu sa akra na kopra ama dia confirmation enso atia ba say World Cup no Lennart car over US only team in the US and training and akra kopra on team mo World Cup no dia maintenance obofre Asan Wadrago from Edasa Akrano, so Ome replace Lennart car, and Asan Wadrago, one and replace Lennart car, and Germany almost squad anymore. Ora friends and line no, Scaloni, coach, at the mom, the Argentine national team. So say your name, Adventure friends, Amy Martinez, and Bertuda, so game against Aston Villa, Omo Europa League final game, no, Obeka Sano Opera, Ninsa Nabo Awaso, so see Aminoka say, Ewa Argentina camp. Only say oye trainer on show gloves and what the sabako and a training and a coach Francis Caloni area to just impo Shakobase over Francis Emi Martinez Dibu and me under Argentina first game one musu and a best start in goal post okay one musu Atletico Madrid omo goalkeeper na come say Jano Black a plan what them no onom and a manager na confirm so no and a be replace aya branch ya Francis Emi Martinez Shakobase on to me and so and the first game and there Mame, I am managers are yeti omo kapa. World Cup coaches no omo Jessica. The highest paid I am manager. I World Cup among coaches no, including Ghana. I Carlos Queiroz top 5 no. Carlo Ancelotti and at that top. Ancelotti Nisika I CB of the man no. I 9.5 million. And I Don Carlo. Diotosumi no. I Thomas Tuchel 5.9. Oya Gabna Imua. Julian Nagelsmann at 3 4.9. Ora friends Fabio Cannavaro on Nekuta Uzbekistan or 4 million. And Openia friends Martinez Portugal coach Roberto Martinez and so 4 million. Tomo and in the top 5 coaches are Yetomo Kappa World Cup na and so Barcelona nano idea tie. Na mame fa we entuga se mame brand friends Leo Messi on say Adidas amona catch Messi eba ne boot obesha na almost 20 years in since Messi born the first World Cup game. Now 20 years on no, almost way potentially Leo Messi the last World Cup. A designing new boots for over friends Leo Messi and just also saboot and Messi and for more World Cup potentially in the last tournament for Argentina and Nike for no and Adidas for and this boot to Messi and the Kitani Adidas boot or use for the World Cup. The same thing Nike for IAB Ediama or friends Cristiano Ronaldo. Now Mami Ronaldo the Nike boot now almost release no Portugal first game. I don't know Ronaldo ever use in a boot no or much last year goat greatest of all time just a boot no almost a na a golden boot almost way your friend the last dance boot for Ronaldo and according to Nike almost the Ronaldo no and doing some Edema so Ruben Diaz defender Edema Portugal national team was say young friend to a pleasure Edema no any teammates no say again almost another World Cup na almost moment a moment Edema Cristiano Ronaldo moment Edema Portugal no and so they must see Ronaldo and according to Ruben Diaz then come on so the atu no say my main friend to say good news and say Iran for and now me no can say they say US and now granted visas Edema Iran players no name still Iran team no ebe bezi Tijuana Mexico now the chance game and so US on travel aba US aba game no movie ya na oba sound so back to Mexico. Diamante say even though some visas but travel restrictions no ebe very strict. And I diamante yes one way even our delegation if you are restrictions ebetia ka omo and Iran dey from so eba ya the one some eba mo dwumade no pay na Dani Olmo and mo kobusa ne say na say ya link odin to Arsenal na Barca supporters and get worried because yes we ko Arsenal and was no Barca supporter be rest assured or CBB anyway ono Barca wa no beto aso enso asi akade am but no say player ben pa na World Cup ronya ono ne be swap jerseys and was say Leo Messi player onya ono ne be swap jersey di Leo Messi ananke onya no a senka pass Spain Argentina bi Messi jersey enko no ene be kwa akwaje eno de tie Alejandro Balde me report say Barca team no maka twesem na transfer market ne value no enso drop yes Barca for no ehunu say Joao Cancelo abetu no ewo ne left back wo say body oye team na o the offer ba Barca for beti Diameter say Barcelona bet me ato no menya report say Manchester United, Man City and Aston Villa among other teams so muna was strong interest in Abrantia France body come over no Diameter say omachro Real Madrid say omo pe Gonzalo Garcia route no formula no mu use here man Nico pass no na permanent transfer deal minimum buyback clause and as we sell on percentage nation obviously woman propose the same formula Real Madrid say omo pe Gonzalo Garcia said the Madrid for the cast omo pe Nico pass omo fa no sana Garcia no enso betimi aye enom the Van Dijk enom kobusa ne say Netherlands and as a Netherlands ni be pa and now feel say your best player the just ended Premier League and was say Julian Timber Netherlands for Premier League ni no Julian Timber and an modemo enso so nipa of course on your far from right Mami fa we ento anim say Maxi Allegri say one and the kita Napoli no me nya report so openye no was say opeso building the midfield no around Kevin De Bruyne openye no efese oyusu Kevin De Bruyne ho adwuma De Bruyne ma Pep Guardiola Manchester City opeso building the team no around Kevin De Bruyne Atletico Madrid monitor Leandro Trossard the situation Arsenal only say players are beto just Arsenal beti mejo mo kwa no na Trossard eka ho de metis Atletico enso eguso monitor no enom de ba ma menwie with Olivier Giroud enkoma wadie e afa N'Golo Kante ho reason Giroud say onim how referees etimi yellow card man N'Golo Kante say how Kante city as a Kante no bia feel no
yeah
aso no e referee Kante senkoko cho bi say the ground man card Olivier Giroud reason e mon komo
andi mi da si Kante de minim sawota Kante na ota wi ase sawoso ni N'Golo Kante we issue dia na si egbo wi ase ma na okotra wi ase fufurum and the attitude both on and off the field you know a player and he was so humble so pubi I standard so ba wo fa ase bi ana obusuani bi emfa ne sunsua de enyini meye se wono a N'Golo Kante why success as a footballer and as a person so no and he an amazing personality ni humility kura ne kunipa no Francis for camp yi so woman for dress ne ka so mo de ba obo hu N'Golo Kante me se mi hu wedding bia N'Golo Kante ko ye no and the as we call Sunday special wa born shorts and wa born seneca and wa born top b and so sikani pa o sikani and we are in a bra bot any day one person see the suano N'Golo Kante needs to be steadied na ya share because man ya team chain nya N'Golo Kante sike ya kuma nkienko ha enkamewu
ono aname
wo na ye kan wa seminar use we
se nka hwan nya hwan ya
wo na onya N'Golo Kante ahonya dia wanya ya
no but secretary me no onya adwen wa ha N'Golo Kante de no onim dressing and nche say so obi akope no onim dressing that is the reality
maybe also there for
so or call camp at least or shatter there
yes
into onye guy me so me angle onye guy so be shatter there so on shatter there dey different but be shatter there onye guy this all ka say onye guy ntino oye ahambo
enye obia oye simple na onye guy Andy only say odru unyeska drews a level bia ebia onim dressing but ubetimi akofa high stylist
yeah
one ka say bia onim dressing but N'Golo Kante pa ebia ne ntitiam nyina no yamfa dressing ne how obetimi aye fashionista anhye ne mu but onyesika wie no person no so prove so onyesika obetimi akọ high stylist no a styling no my N'Golo Kante has stayed true to himself
ya wahana Andy macho cheme player ben eba Gabon president Chino no
Messi
hwan enye Messi see Messi onim dressing now ba hatade bia wa sha na N'Golo Kante do ye west yes on there or humble o say area so ye fa wasema enye ona mi ko say ye fa wasema Andy like I understand the guy is very humble and all that, but that aspect of dressing it there, I want them to know because the fact that Messi cross all dresses in N'Golo Kante, but still maybe Christian, but Messi dresses in N'Golo Kante, but still most Messi send your to call him dressing.
That is the reason why
it's N'Golo Kante
and not the Messi Beya a man for criticizing on.
Yeah.
N'Golo Kante will do the same,
and he will not be criticized.
It is because he's loved by almost everybody.
Exactly the point. N'Golo Kante is loved, but on him dressing, and we need to establish that one.
What dressing pa?
And what dressing? You see how can say call your friend say wedding. She said what found what is said 13. What I say? It will be addressing anyhow no about now beside the day I'll see on your humble and I saw no Debbie. Or a star or a superstar, people look up to him and I need to make out say. And they say, oh, Didi, so Didi your 20 and a panady. And that's what make come about. But to me say Jalabi attention the uncertainty. Oh, come here. The uncertainty now brown and sanoso. Not all this way. It's a fine will be our baby out to but this N'Golo Kante there, born union bo. And he's a good guy, he's a great guy, but a dress in the end we need to establish that. And all can say, young guys with your own major pass, also young N'Golo Kante. There be so shit. Since our Resenia, oh, see me Mingeska, oh, if them has a one everything.
But you're you my wife.
Cause way. You come,
well, as a week we are Simunina, the World Cup week. So we are counting now to the World Cup. And then it cease. And then you say na World Cup na ya kan wase no. We are just 5 days away from the World Cup. Now the biggest football competition. Shall na yina yetimi akwa akohwe. But another me bese me dey World Cup no to nchen kakra. Meka World Cup no nsem kakra. Ene nko ade andi fache me. Na free bear Monday ikono. Na fi zooming into the World Cup. Onim say oman bia o practice democracy bia to aba.
Yeah.
Oman bia o practice ene oman bia na to aba. She say oko Burkina Faso a there's no democracy so they don't vote. Say oko Iraq any Iran no mo a ahonom no democracy nya adwuma ho nti ento aba. But oman bia wagi democracy atum de depending on the terms in the constitution no emre so a ye to aba. Bandi onimba ya adwin say enya oman bia na to aba enya global attention. In fact global attention bia be hwede. But say USA America mine to aba enya global attention more than any other country on this planet. The reason is very simple. America is a superpower. Among for kika say even there's a prophecy says our superpower ne kra America no one day it may shift. We say where China for any dem China for ne ya China for ne bade. But until say a best shift from America to air China ne dey, they say what superhouse no superpower no air America. That is why America will interest our do lead America to become their president. Sa na football terms no the America of football Real Madrid. Asemna Mbappe kan no Mbappe oni anya fair to some of us. Ye no say Barcelona for twina yen twuma mo say mo mehye. But nobody will deny Real Madrid a greatness. See, I can the greatest football club. I was asking you, so men supporting Real Madrid there, but the Real Madrid are very, very difficult for you to say otherwise. So, I know the Basani Bia Nekase Real Madrid for any the biggest club in world football, and lot of Barcelona supporters no, but just at the Rimusia, now Real Madrid Ekotwa Badia. Andy, I was saying we are seeing no be attention. Who leads Real Madrid in the next 4 years? Andy, let me sound a bit controversial. So we Real Madrid president Gina Honomwa. I think that we are more popular than UEFA president.
I agree.
Florentino Perez as a president of Real Madrid. Say you are not as individual. Me sure say omo ball bebrebe you know say who beside most of them the UEFA president as we speak now a lot of people will struggle to even mention the name but UEFA is much more powerful because nations like Kambomua, Omundi Omutumi, ama the person only the UEFA as their president. So Real Madrid president, you know, Andy, is so powerful. Now, Real Madrid about one can time nyanso you. Florentino Perez a 4-year mandate. 4-year mandate, you know, started 2025. 80 or 4 years. Next started 2025 and in quarter 1 year pay or 3 more years to come. But Nansay and as a Real Madrid and then Sembi Akoso as a Moko 2 seasons without a trophy and a season with Nankasano and send some course or Real Madrid, you know, and then someone Nanika. In fact, Carlo Ancelotti call you know, coach Amoko Fabaye, Zabi Alonso, the way only players no relationship, answer Amfa, and your effect team no so Amoko Fabelo Abaye, Abelo also Amfa. I'm a pressure Xtra man to say there be Real Madrid for and calling for an early election. Real Madrid by laws now. Obia betimi the president you know, betimi calling for an early election. And Tubakaya be 2 months ago. Another Don Florentino Perez eka say sa faceless element na. Omakoshe central for BH. Akoshe supporters BH. Any pressure air to on so say omunko for say re-election no. Omuni omanim emefesi no. So me kai me eni so misu me o ti me kan me chia no time na e wo inhira no life worship o say ne do ne time o course na ofra oji hundi a boarding eti mo hyehyɛ sa faceless element na mo instigate supporters and in the media against Florentino Perez no. Florentino Perez say yan kan kire mo say wa o so uji hudi no and the body you want him never contested no. Andy improper contest. Akwa say Ghana has say see a Abama or Mampeni Mahama say after no 1 year a o call the second year mu na bia pressure mantisa e bia kokoo fo sika iba ya pressure ma eba Mampeni so yi o Mampeni say da bi wa wo so uji wudi say obetimi atuno no or calling for an early election brad yento aba uwini a or the presidency no e ma wo. Andy, this statement will only come from somebody who are confident of retaining the seat. Yeah. So don't Florentino Perez and you're confident. Say no matter the SCBiano, obetime within the seat now and you can call for an early election. Now, you're education kakra. Before so be able to me a stand a contest it. See and to Abamano as Real Madrid president no. There are 7 conditions that you need to fulfill. Okay. 7. Okay. Dedikai. Real Madrid for Spain for who say Spain for Japade. And Real Madrid na Spain for Japade no. Yemfama ho. Real Madrid no Spain property. Across the England, one of their biggest properties the Manchester United. Tina say crowd for fracas say there be Manchester United no the identity of the English football. Telu kwa se kodi ho. Sana Real Madrid tie. They see Real Madrid as a property of Spain. Say Spain e japade dia Andy yemfama ho. So the first condition is all for failing. Before so bet me contest it for a Real Madrid presidency no and it say yes Spanish so when you Spain nia untimi nkojina si ento abamao as Real Madrid president. It doesn't matter who you are and ya uti say you support Real Madrid ebia wo sika ebia utu sika ebo Real Madrid ebia wo Real Madrid member obetimi ato abani bi but because you are not Spanish you can never contest for the presidency of Real Madrid. That is condition number 1. Okay. Condition number 2. Andy, I was say Real Madrid member. O say your supporters but or more registered members of the football club.
All of them
socials no. Akwa say Ghana is a political party. Who's MPP and NDC omo to abama NDC. The last elections no over base 6 million. But NDC registered members are 1 million. Meaning that enyo obi oye NDC ni and a registered member of the party. And enyo obi oye Real Madrid supporter and a registered member of Real Madrid. Yeah. So you members of Real Madrid. Before say obetimi contested for Real Madrid air presidency no. Andy, now was say why a member of Real Madrid for at least 20 years.
And 0.2.
Real Madrid I was say why a member of Real Madrid for at least 20 years. So you vice president and omotisumau. You took from 20 years to 15 years. And as a Real Madrid air board member, in Fiadua, as a member, as an ultimate contested for Real Madrid air presidency, and also Omidama air 10 years. That is air condition number 2. Andy, dear Tosumiensa, I have been 10 years. Now, your friends here, dear. Say football, na yeno. Here, ni football. Unisika, and then ye football. Before say obetimi agina to abamao as Real Madrid air president no I was say unya a bank guarantee as a bank guarantee no etimi kire say obetimi guarantee Real Madrid 15% of their annual budget. Real Madrid annual budget I guess annual budget afini nyina sika Real Madrid ebetimi adino. So over contest as Real Madrid president I was say all the bank guarantee say sikano emu 50% no obetimi guarantee. Okay. Yeka say Real Madrid annual budget for last year 1.28 billion euros. 15% of 1.2 billion euros no and the 187 million euros. So, well, you may want to contest for Real Madrid president, but one team guarantee 15% of their annual budget, and you are disqualified to contest for the presidency. Okay. Point number 3. Number 4. The Atosuna and the Hiapa, and also 4. Any quite say hold any active position or any other football club. You can't active positioner, and there, for instance, so you're manager or your coach. For a football club, regardless of your Real Madrid member, I'll bet you are contesting. Once you hold an active position in another club, you cannot contest. In proper contest, say Luis Enrique, so a Barcelona member. Yeah. I'll bet you are contesting for Barcelona presidency. But as long as Juma Edema a different club at the time of year to Abano, you are disqualified. Okay. They are talking to me, we a coach Edema club you are disqualified. We a manager, you are disqualified. We a referee. You may be names Real Madrid for members referees be Real Madrid members there. But we a referee. Now we a member of Real Madrid and they are also untimi and contested for the presidency. And an active footballer. Most of your footballers, Real Madrid registered members. If you cry to me, about 20 years, if you started to long before so Real Madrid or Real Madrid, Ogusu 8 year or qualify in that 20-year period, But as long as we are active player, and the ultimate contested for the Real Madrid elections, Okay. So these are the conditions. Before so Bejina, to Abamao as Real Madrid president, you will need to fulfill. Nandi. Dear Sam Nessie, Real Madrid ako 2 seasons without a trophy.
Now say 7 points.
They win any. All of them no ye. Okay. What I say? They are getting say Rontina. Must summarize no. Okay. Now Real Madrid I spoiled sad. Akoda say yatetina di ade de nti ahuchira kakra bi ba. The supporters are not used to it. I had there na Florentino Perez. Ako 2 seasons without a trophy. And then yes, won't go. We are talking about the most successful club president. Papa Champions League in Kuano. Why 7? Real Madrid in your history, what the Champions League 15. 1 man pe Papa Bako pe. Aji Munson. but for the simple reason that 2 years back wakwa wanyi trophy ntino and as a bossy as a team no a guanisa and there should be a change of the presidency. One leading Real Madrid no yen change no and a pressure mounting papa nigin who didn't know even though say 3-year mandate to serve or say that be wow she actually we faceless element face him after this elections who near or call say ulusua Andy go sit down and shut up. Just imagine said this in the midst of this chaotic moment now they was say we need Real Madrid presidency now. Critics, what would they say? They cannot say anything. And I am extremely surprised. And I said, I'll be extremely surprised. Say, I bet to Abanawi, now Florentino Perez and retaining his seat. Yawadibia and your friend will recall, will be a contested elections. The more now contesting, the president become more popular. Unimza. And it's your Ghana, Yafa Ghana elections in your example. Or contesting ne. But a contestant no one win the next time and they will be a household name the chance of so better me and a higher than say or contest for the first time. Typical example Shada meaning say the last elections on one can say no himself to me winning but he needed to use opportunity to announce himself to Ghanaians. Next opportunity be about Ghana phone him dada. Florentino Perez started say all vie for Real Madrid presidency and they started way back 1995. So 1995 he has been around Real Madrid for close to 21 years. About first time in 1995 and one minute first time 1 minute but in the name one as a first timer over competing and over contesting an incumbent one of the conditions is that Real Madrid members someone endorse you. What I say Real Madrid registered members I say unya dipadudo bi mo endorse you say you penisu say be contesting for the Real Madrid presidency first time na obano and the unde na one candidate ni nyina no do nya highest number of endorsement na Florentino Perez. But he lost. Came second in 1995. On Olusu 1995, he came back again in the year 2000. The number year back then. President now all never contesting. Now I did Champions League in 98 in the year 2000. So the president now Perez ever contested in the year 2000. Now on your president, I know I fail you. Why did Champions League in 98 and a very year near to Abano? No, I did Champions League in the year 2000. But Florentino Perez, Emma 2 promises or the figure and a Real Madrid Sika Samson yet or Baby ye on these 2 air promises. He won the election by 55%.
Then they said, you go. Also, the Halan.
I'm sure that requirement air prepare who said Florentino Perez one day Elivusina as we are being known to the supporters, but to win these elections here and they are extremely difficult. Now, Obi Obaya incumbent, our Tesono, I did Champions League me year na year to Abanankasano. Now I did Champions League and the Obetu no winning elections by 55%. Or winning by 55% in the year 2000. Osaka BM in the year 2004. And in 2004, of 55%, equal or winning elections by 94.2%. Look at the rise of air popularity. First one winning. Second time we were winning by say 55%. The third time we call elections, and the winning by 94.2%. The man is very, very popular among Real Madrid air voters. Now, winning 2004, he was forced to resign, and resigned in 2006. And the resign in 2006, now was Real Madrid air contested SI elections beam, and Raymond Cadron, or the KBC Mutimono. And that was the first time one, and the last time one Real Madrid a proper contest. Raymond Cadron and one Palacios and a call the elections. Unim the vote margin. Ramon Cadron enya 8,334 votes. And the next candidate, you know, Air One Air Palacios, you know, enya 8,098 votes. So they're a close contest. Bandi Ramon Cadron befa Real Madrid, you know, Andy and Kobayesa ye Bartomeu. Ramon Cadron. Frontino Press eti side or say there be there Papa de Real Madrid air kono. So Sababim. And he came again in the year 2008, contested again, and Andy, he won the elections. And we win elections, you know. If in 2008, our winning elections based in no. Real Madrid enya contest to be abiemu. Only one are contesting. So from the last time Real Madrid a proper presidential contest elections, you know, since 2008, this year. Now, Adebakwa, Papa we, even though say oh Real Madrid near more fairly on the field, but the Abama Otimia winning say Andy, and enforcing Krama Munu, Ayebida, Eddie Krama Bako Bekra, do Ayebida, any Ayabuafu today, El Hodemwa, yet do Ayebida Neko. When you are coming to contest Papa Weya, Andy on Ayebida. It was in a track record and for these elections. Wow, the only thing I'll be to be that convincing amount for no a promise. Bono, number one, he has made a promise. And because we're a top politician, you know, all time here or releasing statements or the top player. We are so say any political reasons or this hard time in the buy. Say what to about the money we are, somebody watching. Tuesday he will announce it. Convincing the supporters that vote for me. Once you vote for me, Tuesday, I'm going to go for a very, very big fisher. Menediba Real Madrid. Andy, men can have some football. They want me 37 trophies, 7 Champions League, FIFA Club World Cup, Waji 7, La Liga 7. UEFA Super Cup A6, Copa del Rey Air Miensa, Andy 37 trophies. There is no Real Madrid air president watching more trophies than him. But how do you have him? Real Madrid presidency no. Ye niema mienu ene de jeje. Eye park no so de no. Ena sikasem. Obetime ya de o park so. But sikasem anya de a ebetime tu. To say Lorenzo Sanz na obetu no why are they or park so but that's kasemu nyenti no Real Madrid for two no normally Andy say unya proper administrator unya proper manager say park no so anko ya afetu sikasem anameboa football any revenue success any revenue Andy omoye in twins when you are achieving on the field usikasem kosoro say Felisa obetimi achieve glory sir and the affect usikasem. Typical example Manchester United. On say United any Adidas contract. Manchester and qualify for Champions League on which is cancelled by 10 million. Yeah. It is a one yadi of failed so number one. Maybe your sponsors grab it to music on the mouse. Number two, so pay new sponsor and the ad is over to negotiate at a higher price. So and third one crying say oh say who win trophies at the prize money ba it one trophies now and the prize money is above but idea one say 2 years now Real Madrid fail no last year Real Madrid recorded the highest ever revenue by a football club see that say a football club now 1 year you can't revenue sika ba football club no there is no football club last year revenue Real Madrid nyaya no na 1.2 billion euros see that a record even though the man failed on the field no but Sikasemu and how do you marry the two said they are failing on the field but Sikasemu no Real Madrid enya 1.2 billion euros which is a world record by any football club.
Whilst also Edim said when you are failing on the pitch it affects you financially.
I think Sikasemu go form but because he's a top notch manager o esikani belebele o ye can proper sikania don't frontino person o esikani and on him how to manage air resources. So in the face of a failing on the field Andy now was saying not negative effect on Real Madrid finances but Real Madrid air record not Real Madrid the highest ever revenue by a football club been see that Real Madrid in the last year. Me break it down, mawa.
Break it down.
Main source, scanner here 1.2 no. Real Madrid main source of revenue no, and the AMU no. Number one, a sale of air merchandise. Air merchandise, jerseys, anyone who any no. Real Madrid raised 594 million euros from the sale of merchandise. Merchandise say bekosura. Nanka waji Champions League bi, waji league bi, nanka ni jiaba, na supporters no to, o the top player biaba, nanka mo to. But whilst Real Madrid fairly no, and the sale of air merchandise in Kwano, they got 594 million euros. They told me no, sponsorships. And the only sponsorship in Kwano minyae. Meaning say crowd here on the but mufa dibi Robo Rock. Robo Rock no a new sponsor Real Madrid nyae Robo Rock no and the Chinese company na omna robot na e say yemfa nipa manim prapra biem nipa mopping any prapra oman robot bi a sa robot na say adwuma no sa company na robot no Real Madrid for SN last year and Africa Air Banque also came on board. So apart from air merchandise no Real Madrid SN new sponsors and no discuss ebe wura team no now how there revenue for match day sleeves shirt no any sleeves they go shirt no and Real Madrid 300 million euros from air revenue match day sleeves say come match day sleeves so just say we na sponsor they move 1 year Real Madrid 1.300 million
Madrid for na baby
yes
HP any you bobo
and 300 million. Now, there's this argument of chicken and egg argument. The chicken and the egg, and the one about first. Maybe I make that a biology because I say, Nakupo bo yasino, Akuko Nikosia, one about yas first. Akuko ni Nakusia, Kosia also the two Akuko, to one about first. But according to creation, Nakupo Mokusia or Bakuko, Tiakuko the Bayan over two Kusia. So we invested at their Pesica, and it's so this come investment na do obey the one here oye mu stadium no occupy sika de be stadium no na sika di ho but owani swade hunu projection said there be so oye Real Madrid stadium ni year in the next 5 years no sika obey invest no stadium no betimi ate ho ka Andy match day revenue any stadium related income last year 1 year per match day revenue any stadium related income 233 million euros match day income no sale of a ticket related stadium activities stadium mode high mode rent for concert and no 1 year per stadium no 233 million euros. Now, we are talking about a stadium. Papa no disika 1.76 billion and a year renovation. If 1 year alone can give him 233 million and in 10 years on this stadium nika. On this stadium nika. Watika. So even though say we are Real Madrid supporter, we feel disappointed say on the field for 2 years, mutimi nye hwede. But books no balance. Papa dey buy into this election sir. The Obetimia catch and said this year no one should achieve on the field. Obejatum. But one achieve on the field no. Obekatcher or say I wouldn't call Real Madrid president in the face of these financial difficulties no. Then can be Timon Sikasamaye. Then can be Sikasamaye. And it Papa no be contesting no. Maybe I'm supporting him. Obi Papa was Real Madrid in the next 10 years and the Obetete Enrique air require me. And the son also is kakakra. Unze untimi unye sikania untimi nyabo. Your energy drink be a friend Cox energy drink on ACU. I say the net value around 650 million to 750 million euros. But in terms of air net value there, or may air don't throw into Paris. Can he win the elections? Or win elections now? Andy, sometimes be careful what you wish for. You may want to have a change. But in a crowd, it may be valuable than what you are wishing for. You have something now, and I don't know, be a crowd, you don't value it. I don't value I don't know. I don't know, overlose I don't know. I dear Bebano, ain't me meeting your coin. Standard air from Turo Press asset. Andy, whoever come to wear that shoes, no, obebre, and Nami Adama China elections, no, maybe actually, and to say about trouble, no. I basically say Walusu elections, no. I'll be extremely surprised if say Olusu elections he's too popular to lose these elections.
Now they say Adeba Quest I had you say also campaign away. Oko Castle de only Halan and didn't come out de Halan Beba. Halan Papa and in the family. I be denying say no cre. Oko Car Rodri almost say no cre. Even Halan the city is one of the name court almost taking it on. And we also Oko Car say almost to Abanamana. Raul and the sporting director. You talk anyway. Sunday, Monday, Raul Beggar in contact with Jason Club agent in Swaba say,
why not
Warren? Recam,
what do you mean? Obia person preferring true press being a problem. Obia say no crack Andy, and to so be we know. Obia person be associated with him. What I say, and you know, Papa de Andy Wakofan to question. But Akofan to question where they are come here share these are the faceless elements and almost essentially instigate some media any supporters are no inciting against the papa no was this how you dia e chena this year yen contest yen toba me say Andy over a landslide victory over 85%. The man will win the elections.
But also supporting Recovery. Okay. On this same conversation, elections.
Florentino Perez. Yes, or you'll be a chairman BMV. Because the guy is he's a blessing. What I say, also on phobia, the medal starch. The omudi sabe can be Andy a 10 goal. Forget about 2 seasons on G Trophy. But what I say Super Cup near the beer, but just that most saying your official. But what I say, he's doing everything possible, making sure so be put Madrid to that level. So he's a guy super. I'm expecting him to win. And Madrid crying only football. So Europe cry basketball cry so almost not dominate power. Europe for on basketball. But I say about basketball, most people not doing what America, but Europe basketball no so a more than papa a more shit. And also classical is and also this what I say. And now all so constructed Madrid and my team are currently they able to put up a fight. This season I think almost finish leg in 10 points off Barcelona, but that is good. And also last season also this season also much mean a 1 win be Edwom. And over Champions League man the final no cry. Real Madrid for him to make back as high as the quarter the semi-final. So he's doing a great job. Yes. Real Madrid as an institution in terms of value, talking of football club and your money almost always they top the list. You talk of success. And because of the Champions League number margin league or marginal, and they are there, nobody comes near. Because even the Champions League numbers or marginal. Team was second crowd, Wajan a baby half. 7, no more 15. But what I say, so it's not even half. The second, let's say 45% of what they've won. And that is massive. And then they also have history behind them. Because they started very well. And they are also in it big time. And on a classical level, no wakon. I'm not a condom to an extent that so many people, almost everybody, would want to play. But Christian here, I beg to differ. In as much as an football institution, Real Madrid is the best in the world, no doubt about that. In terms of impact there in football globally, Barcelona hands down. And the young shadi say you can't impact that. Say how over influence the whole football culture all over the world, no, and Madrid. But as a football institution, they are the best in ceremony. Also, say oh, here football, your aspect of the game. For example, you have area of coaching, which is a very key pointer to me in frame. The greatest coach ever. FIFA Rinus Michel was a former Barca god. Of course, Barcelona coach the Netherlands and also coached your friends Ajax. But he coached Barcelona, did a total football buyer. A bedroom no beer all over the world practice how to play. Now through Rinus Michel, you bring Johan Cruyff. And most of the coaches are never we are Alex Ferguson, Wenger, money. Those coaches are GD and normally Reynolds Michel, like the style no or follow. Now Reynolds Michel, the proponent na Johan Cruyff. Johan Cruyff so be any coach no. Ono so be any die. Ono so proponent be Pep Guardiola no. And with that said, current coaches are Andy omo wo wiase no. Omo more top teams ni be bring ni omo ba nyina no. And so a student of Pep Guardiola. So as a tree from Reynolds Michel, Johan Cruyff to Pep Guardiola. Currently, as we are speaking, the area of course, so you Reynolds Michel, Johan Cruyff, Pep Guardiola, Luis Enrique, Empo Mikel Arteta, because he's won the trophy. Even Alonso Grano, he bought Barca youth in a small town one bunch a few times and will move the coy. And all these coaches ever. It's in the area of coaching when you talk of football. Or more make global impact Barca, because currently as we are speaking for the years enemy, almost every team is trying and leagues are trying to play the way Pep Guardiola and Barcelona plays. Almost every team say playing from the back, almost every team. They are not the M4 Betengi, but Obia is trying to do it. That is real impact. Now Andy, you talk of players. No one will say both teams, no Madrid, ne Barca, ne almost every team produce very good players and head to head. But say we greatest players of all time. Top 10 no former Barcelona players ne dominate. Obeka Messi, Obeka Maradona, Obeka Cruyff, Obeka Ronaldo Senior, Obeka Ronaldinho. Of course, Ronaldo Senior sanko Inter and Osabe ball your friends at Real Madrid. It is there, clear. Odi no crowd to the last 25 years, no see, ye players or Mariteba, or the Xabi Iniesta, Busquets, Mona, or the Henry, Mo, Ibrahimovic, de Eto, even African Pono, two of the giants among the players, be say Aya Toure, and Samuel Tumuni Adinano, they also played there. It's in terms of Messi, Kwana, Yejina as the greatest, because there is nobody like Messi. Anybody who is challenging Messi is only challenging Messi on just one thing that Messi does. Say your goals are goals. Say player and assist, they assist. Say ABA creativity are creative. But nobody can challenge Messi in all the aspects of the game. No. And even before Messi, Maradona was the greatest only player. Of course, majority of the work was done in Napoli though. But the fact that he also donned the shirt. And Nuntina Yaya Camp Nou as Mecca of football, it is a fact. It's in the likes of even Romario Mukrano, Yenyambo Mudin. Stoikov money at those obebuba yenyamodin and who they are not to younger academy football. The best football academy in the world has ever produced La Masia. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. The best football academy La Masia. That every young guy really wants to go there. Madrid were very good academy. Manchester were very good one. And all other teams, Chelsea will be. But the best academy in the world of football La Masia, and also your hands that call La Masia that has produced Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, and currently as I'm speaking, Yamal. And so we had the impact that Ronaldinho crowded by how he was followed. Now Messi bet twaso, now Yamal twaso, hereditary. And say idea even in academy football, no, yomo. Again, so we had the greatest team to ever play football. To say one thing, yes, a team all time, but team be within a time, or put it together. Pep Guardiola team not J 14 trophies in 4 seasons, and see that no team in the history of football, and I did 4 seasons, I J 14 trophies. It has never happened. Odi no to now what behaving impact on the Spanish national team. Andy, Spain World Cup or G2010. Barcelona 7 players were on the field when they won. Only that's our World Cup. All the goals were scored by Barcelona players. David Villa scored 5. Your friend say semi-final. When say Puyo, and Iniesta say final goal. Only said before then, around that same time, for 2 solid years, Spanish national team ball on boy goals. Almost saying Barcelona players. They say, Odi no to say Euro 2008. It was Xavi who was the best player. Euro 2012, it was Iniesta who was the best player. Now, even World Cup 2010, Villa was Spain top performer with 5 goals. Oh, yes, second top scorer. And Iniesta scored the final. It's this, we know her. Even FIFA best player 1, 2, 3, academy players or Moji, that record is not broken. And Andy said, World Cup footballer, and my football in Aka. When you talk of football, you talk of the youths, the seniors, and also women.
don't let us forget, because also see football. And in the women's football, no, Barcelona are also dominating 6 finals in Europe consecutive, or match 4. And say, oh, here, awards, no, Messi, and man, so no. Sana Barcelona for age because FIFA their last 5 eternal Bomanti aje 3 and Alexia Putellas and so aje 2. What about Ballon d'Or so last 5 for Magic? And I only said last year so no about FIFA Player of the Year Ballon d'Or money there now. Players 1, 2, 3 9 Barca play just as Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, they've also equaled it. Then when Spain were also winning the World Cup, no, Barcelona had 8 players on the field at a go, including substitute or mobile. Messi aircon. He was the player, not Tom JC Pa. Ronaldo Edward the appeal than Messi. But in terms of the judicial level, say ball ne bankers he can't ball last summer. It was Messi. He sold shirts more than any other player. Again, Okoye in recent time. Currently, why is on a selling shirts pa? Your friend said Lami Yamal. As Real Madrid as an institution, in terms of history, success and value, or money size in terms of football, but a bad impact team I want making impact in the world of footballer, Barcelona. It is one reason here. Now, young boys who are coming up, players go to Barcelona to reduce their wage, only to play for the back, just to play, to reduce their wage. There are other things they can go, which is enticing, but they go for money. It's a difference, But whether or not we like it, as our 2 teams, the most glamorous teams are in terms of football. They are the 2 most glamorous. One Koha. So for Florentino Perez, or Obia and the Mimi feeling because or Obia like or what the medal starts and Obia and Vin in terms of about proper management, I think he's done so well. It's talking of value, talking of success, talking of history. Real Madrid, no doubt about that. But in terms of impact, as far as football is concerned, there. Andy, clearly speaking, impact there, Barcelona hands down.
Martin, I know on Madrid elections, no, and the Wakenya been also no nyadwene race or no nyadwene. So no so nyadwene no. But I give fact, it be also the fact me ba. Okay. What is I read? And here me say I mean kutana le ubia no me nyadwene, but where are the facts to dispute it? Kokula be say, yeah. Andy Rukami won't win them elections. He is making noise to put his foot forward for life after Florentino Perez. Campaign for recognition, period. Political talk, just as na Christian Ekano. Still Christians don't support him. Now the Christian, you know, Mark on our report. So we are also very. So I quite a quite sikani. I want very. And so on as our we are known to the one some no crazy. Very Madrid one of us saying say Perez. Akwa so ma say minim so Paris feeling e dia nke so ma Paris momentum e bia nko kwa what I say because Paris go corner cast on netinja we obetumi win and now the American now stadium where yes wo guy we David obewini okay and now we my main fa comment we ntwem why na kan Mbappe asem no kan no say Barcelona for nkwana Yanjin this Madrid na the greatest. Oh yes, say any echi omo de bia echi na obi a de bia mehwe no be ka so ho ye de se me ameja atuma. Let's de bia ye hwe no. De na ye de bia. Ah na nye ne ye hwe mo pa. Area city mo ha na hwe mo pa. Aha mi tie. Asam baby asam na ka ze nyen mi tie. O statement I make say de bia. De bia ye hwe. And I'm say de ye de bia. Ye ka de bia figurative tie. The same person wo. What betra ha ka say Madrid Barca born hane ha da ekosi na wo the same person sabe ka say de bia de say say area sing na ye na musro mo so na ye nsuro mo una ati awoka David mo na ye nsuro mo una oti awoka because next season kra be sa asem ato aso e wa dwenchire mo tumi go fa area sing na one of the best players back to say Mbappe still na ya sa ma mo area team bia no otumi ni mo yesa David ani team bia no otumi ni mo di sa agro no mitio emma ne mema nyina team bia no no mu di sa agro no o de mitio team also obetumi ni o di sa agro no omra forward say Liverpool team also obetumi no omra so ne Madrid ejina toe to toe no how many times na Madrid be share Liverpool how many times na Madrid be share Bayern even Man City crowd Madrid attention and saying for some years now. And we be see the
it is a more year 10 crowds as our team zone in ball winning 6 now winning 4.
Okay. Arsenal ni so say only team Madrid Paris so because Arsenal ni because the number of times Arsenal and Madrid winning against Arsenal.
Exactly.
Arsenal ni because also the team in the pa.
Yeah, me know.
Yeah. There was a season Uche Madrid baby national. Yeah. There was a season only Madrid share. I think like 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Madrid share 4 say.
Yeah, exactly.
What you say?
Exactly.
So it happens. There's been a season now. 2 times I'm sharing the league. I went to national.
Yeah. Sure.
Two because me feel say the be Arsenal because Arsenal only Madrid double count the times only Madrid win Madrid MPK win that.
How many matches?
And yeah, how many matches or Mabu? But say the number of times.
It's been over 1 match and I said, Michoni, I'm not in perspective. Every Real Madrid fan on the Barca, but one yam sissing than any other team in the world. Una won't count Matthias. There be unjing to my no problem. Me say. Every Real Madrid fan. Oh, me
every Real Madrid fan.
It only mean Adrian. The fact that only mean Adrian just like yes, I make Adrian. Me say
the same way also all come as me so make come as him. What I say, also every Real Madrid, and I'm say men can every because obiso to one also Madrid fan. Untimin kasamano.
Andy,
every Madrid for the sign a Becacho say Omni Basa Bono figures no way.
Andy Mbacho
factory.
Mbacho me.
Oh factory.
Mbacho. Team Ben as Madrid do a part down Barcelona in this world. A man United team bay. We yes a wag ye Madrid but young issue on the board team bay. Team Ben as Madrid more than what Barca has done all time put together. I'm not trying to say that Madrid are not good, and as a Madrid, Barca. But in reality, we team now share Madrid more than Barcelona. Man and Mema, 18 bay. And at the rate say Barca and Madrid, the number yes sure more 5, ne ABR 6-2, ne ade 5-0. How many teams in this world? And they say Madrid are continuously. These are facts.
Madrid, Barca, 106 wins each.
Exactly.
52 drawn games. Also watch the pack.
Exactly. And I'm besides how many teams in this world? And I say Madrid more than their Barca. I say Madrid. A simple question.
Because of the number of times I'm Mushian.
Exactly. It is only about 10. I also say 7. Percentage in here.
No one is making an argument. But to say Madrid Libya and Barca name she team make Barca Libya so and Madrid Libya Barca
now you say Barca for so
maybe so question over there to say
sanet here because
so over there to say
anti
so over there to say
because me can ante say me can
no because also the facts na can say meanwhile from that 264 matches on Mabon Madrid are winning 106 Barca winning 106 enti here no de ko ball ne pa na Madrid ni suru
enti na make sure say mbacho team ben na say Madrid bebre pa and na team ben na say Madrid ebia or send easy bebre pa Barca team bia why should this be an argument
easy what is your definition for the easy
say bia OJ 6-2 OJ 5-0 mbacho say OJ 4 ebia season we be 5 matches all season no wa say wa to aso but what you say team Ben is up to Madrid.
The other side, no balance the arguments now making. Because can say or can say Xtra because who does Madrid share Barca 11.
Exactly 11.
Madrid share Barca 4-0 in recent times.
Yes.
Inti no so Madrid so can say team Ben no so share Barca
Madrid. Honestly you're right. It's a we argument. Simple. So because some Barca for
and baby I mean no issue is so because every Real Madrid fan and no Madrid for Ben the Becca as I'm so
it is what it is every Barca fan
what evidence way
and in Bacho me
in fact I dey as am away
oh maming provincial
in fact I dey as am
maming me for my way me facts in here simple on the table me say which team in this world football club and only Madrid na to talk what Madrid pa Barca than any other team simple team Ben have Barca more than any other team in this world Real Madrid simple it's Barcelona and Madrid team omo higher pie Madrid because Madrid in KB Crown League we've won more they've won more than us They have won more Champions League than us. How many teams in this world? And Omaji both the league and the Champions League more than Barca. Andy Kakrebi. And even that one cross here, Cassia Rima, BBA will be a movie. Yenina Yejedape. It's the team that has beaten Madrid the more, Barca, the team that has also beaten Barca the more, Madrid. So in as much as Mumusro, yes, Romo, just accept it and let's go.
Okay, you say I'm Madrid.
But you gave me a topic too. And say topic assembly we are talking on a topic. Topic say team Mbappe and Okokana say yeah Barca for one engine say Madrid best. Now me can say ampa because yani ya head mo pa no be a wa head ne pan. Why do you think is the best? Well, yes, simple.
Head no head ne pan here.
And say yani ya send more than any other team. Well, yes, you send bubro pa than any other team.
Mbappe is also saying that because Madrid the pass na say Barca pa.
Exactly.
No show pa no. Untimi nyintum say still no great because what show pa no. What show pa. Also they can also
great. Now one bit yes, sports presenter also Real Madrid and great. What are you talking about? They are more than great. But what I'm telling you is say, ono Mbappe say Mbappe who you say Barca for one engine to say Madrid then. Great. I didn't know cancer. I didn't one boy the other team no Barca. Why is he even thinking that way? Because it is Barca that has caused Madrid most pain. But and now me so make say Tima me na master of pardon any other team. See I can na yes wow you great. Me no one say any pay.
Do you accept Madrid is the greatest? Do you accept that?
Greatest as in there. Greatest way.
Asama Mbappe can dey as I say.
Oh yeah, greatest football club. Yes. Okay. Me start me catch.
Do you accept that?
I said as me catch say as an institution with their memory history in the I mean na me start here. And I make say impact na ye Barca. So won tie me. Me start ka say na wa picture me say Barca. Into the issues na me can won tie. Me can nyina wo say what's akwa Barca be me the same question. Into the question is this, Madrid fan hey wo be ja to won tomorrow. Barca de Madrid ni yesia ye nyina yam sese especially time Messi Ronaldo we continent classico ho na Ronaldo je ball na kwa na o yam aju kim Messi ja no mo yam aju kim me bo aka trem sanete others na de andi ye nyina ye kobo omo say o man say but Madrid ne Barca ni yesia andi obi so obi a the bright no enya sa ma jo na ntokwa nyina ntumi ba me yam blows ya o park no so Oh, I can't disrespect Madrid. You know I will not do that because I'm a journalist. And why do I come here and tell you say Madrid is not a great club? For what reason? But what I'm also telling you is that yes, Barcelona is a team. But what I say? Since na say kwa dey hwe mo sa o. Me boa. Team me dey bet me hwe mo sa. Team bia ni ho. As na ya okaso Manchester Madrid. So mo say be for Arsenal when you cry endu be bia be enye be all for e bia be 3-1 bi
na mo de mo win ni nyina
yes you to us so 5 times so 1 2 3 4 5 to team bia doing it and you also put some respect on our name man coach I
will also walk up from Monday when I can walk up
Monday walk up Derek Akraba if I'm question Monday but I did be very unfair
about what day.
Yes, every day bia no etua team bia ni player ko work up no FIFA tua say the club no
$5,000
into Rashford Manchester na beji
say we season we are Manchester player
Newcastle so play Antonio Gordon no Barca de beji Lewandowski onya club and one beji Lewandowski sika why do you ma so sa Rashford any dey Rashford about the whole year ni nyina wa convert go back to the mother club sika e ba na Manchester dey go give
Rashford no come me say back to it on say say I'm remove come Manchester
Rashford dey go work up years because of Barcelona but e bobo ni wie a no work on the club sika na o je no because of ball Barcelona ntira
United
I don't think onya call up into the national team
player
Manchester United player. I have to say Mexico US away. Boy, you know, bomb Argentina and PSG, me boy. But Ballon d'Or, yes, you US. Or
Sama okay, na niemfa say has to focus a goalkeeper.
And
what that good Yama has to focus na season ba na wi a wasechi tukotoko.
Yeah.
Nesika ne ba to kore. I say one hand and I say go here and go.
Sans kaya maso tia. Omo di da ko tia kai.
Woni pe abe ene ebufo be so wa pa untumi nge.
Sans kana mo di da ko tia.
I say BBC and ejina so emra ne review no. In situations like this, maybe a player the ball majority of it no sika no kwa percentage because our club no. I'm not even talking about Barcelona and Rashford the anymore. Yansha Anthony Gordon has played for Newcastle all season. Now Oko World Cup as a Barcelona player, Abra almost single game Emma Barcelona. But Sikana FIFA Betiano, Chairman Newcastle or Chairman Barcelona, is it fair?
It is more than fair. If you are why to man or sign a contract or BBC, I don't know sign a contract or you BBC. It's here how I hear BBC. Until we sign a contract now, we are BBC worker. That day the crowd from said, who names say Chris or BBC.
But I'm saying that the Ocarina no crowd, but on the BBC, I'm ready BBC. Yeah. Emrebia should be Yamra. Yadibe correct an event. BBC be near the Homra, near the CC, and they say, I do it and you're fair. And I'm saying that going forward, you know, one of the things that FIFA must begin to review.
Yeah,
and it's hard, you know.
But not me personally this conversation. So because I'm not meeting Thomas Tuchel. In the press conference, we are now making complaints about the changes be bad. Everyone can know can was referees no at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Everyone also some here. Some of the referees might get confused because I say changes now when they come World Cup we not also too much.
Many sure say referees no be confused. Referees on the World Cup ni na be 6 months ago. FIFA ni mo dada. And to be sure that they've been taking through our training ni na and the nya dey one way be awo. Yes, say throwing, no. Only 10 seconds to effect throwing. England for issue because I'm the throwing delay. What is confusion about this? Say throwing, no. He say 10 seconds to effect a throwing. Oh, yeah, changes are 10 seconds. 10 seconds, no. Which means a baby a player did na change, no. I want to be fair P.
Okay, sir. Ghana Wales na DBC. Not Ghana ye change. Someone say na coach no Carlos Queiroz ne the fourth referee
Yeah.
Or will you sue the new rules? Player you are from all time they also the P.
Yes.
So when play that time now.
Yes.
The only change the change 1 minute.
1 minute. And Ghana
was na see wo.
Emrana say yes 10 seconds to effect the change. It within 10 seconds no. Na player na o free park no so pie ya. Onya pie pe. The 10 seconds na pa ho.
1 minute. I'm
give no 10 minutes. Into
1 minute.
1 minute with numerical disadvantage.
The Ghana players.
They toss me no. First pa ni review corner.
Yeah.
Corner kick. There be anam ne chairman ka say sometime go na share you know. On say VAR a share red card.
Yeah.
Mistaken identity. And goal. I think there are 4 areas. VAR and red fouls, VAR and red corner. But sometimes and you go to a problem. A corner na jima team no and a wrong corner. What I say? VAR and red yellow card. But red card be one more yellow card be the man play on the red card. But anyway, no, almost say VAR no, a be review corner kicks. VAR corner kick no,
second yellow card.
And a second yellow card. Yellow card be one my play on the man red card no. E be an enemy no back who was a wrong yellow card. VAR will review it. And I think that VAR no be justice to the game as na corner. Na corner no your wrong corner. It is said man wrong penalty. So what I say because that's now some friend corner now na corner na a wrong corner. You think that why not fair to the opposition? So World Cup play BBC no the TRS Emrana Barandi enye mra hu bia e betima confuse referees no omo musu no aye omo use sa tactics no e delay time
enye so osu oguta yeah the bad premiership na Arsenal medley
oguta na ko de o yere na je free
days the year they said peace we now but who say I think say unsa football ye koye nim the changes beba but changes no so called doors within a short time it take excitement a certain excitement away
chem kakrama
on say first near offside na offside any ho ye boya drew baby ni ehun say no offside nemra
ye boy adru baby near implement baby but I say ade ba ko implementing nyoma bebre wo ho around the same time it take a certain shot because people cannot brainstorm to me and concern so brainstorm me say need to understand perfectly and the meaning say what ma say it will say go line technology came later on say yenko va it is and the people can or more move can follow and understand but maybe I hear a lot of amendment to the rules around a particular time and it makes the exact people don't understand what is this and what is that. I hope so what you are saying but going forward I think that there was this time there was this youth Chris Obeka World Cup be not throwing no more keke okay 17 years and later omuja into more experiment omu say more and omuja one of their major on say and say yes my born be too tactical and now say people have also been complaining say time nanga say the ball nusa most often delay no
and FIFA for say one of the reasons our mode and tactics amount for the delay time changes obi metimi the 20 seconds change throwing no afa no paper ball no they at all no be FIFA ba be fa and no they are trying to cut all of them there but bibi am no nya adwene that okay ya shemra no ignorance of the law is never an excuse.
Exactly. But
it is a responsibility of tournament to educate your players and inform your supporters of the new Diaba.
Yeah.
It's every Kofi Monday the responsibility now rests between Miminu ni Andy. See a dedicated Ghana for Mubako walk up and say Emre Diabeni. And I'll be extremely surprised. Say Ghanaian players never walk up no and Samra Yomunya way. Onya way there. Then Omodo ko walk up now the service to you. Yeah. So Yasembrano, Emrani there, they was Emrano is not supposed to educate you.
Yeah.
Ghana say your NCCE. National Commission for Civic Education. Omoduma can say omoya say eso mo konkrase any krum educating Ghana for about their responsibility and their rights. What you are supposed to do, what you are not supposed to do, and now by a police for and yet judges now and a bachelor. When I saw 5 means to learn, and Timrana Yaseno, the responsibility to learn doesn't rest on what Mrs. Emrano and your IFAB. Andy, I am no Yajuma Central for say free man de econo, Emrane de Kobo walk up and Sayabano, Yama for education, players Nekobo walk up. I'm sure they are aware. Graphics Echo walk up. All of them, you educate your man that there's no controversy. Those that want to use excuses, to the advantage, are those crying.
The other Maxwell economics, Maxwell, I say, a lot of modifications. I would say
around the same
because
time.
Because even VAR, we had people speaking against it. I say, take the exact. We also go because we are unjubilated like we used to do. This is what 5 minutes.
Yes, when VAR was coming, it was experimented. Yes, experimenting ye flaws at the frame because Mrana Yas and a big cram rabbi who are going forward to me and ye free near the Fofraba. So,
me say, may Juma dear, where they say place and we cannot educate them.
Yes,
somebody, the spokesperson of the Ghana Football Association, Henry, you should be aware of this. And by this time, we can say just 1 day session. Marco train now, now them. Now my projector, more projecting, now more educated players, Emrana Bano, say that here you are supposed to do this, you are not supposed to do this. We are. This is the consequences. And just 1 day, just about best 7 or tracing kick, best 7 pay, and just 1 day you can use 1 day to do that education. And so Andy, it is never an excuse. Discussions not near about just by the way players now FIFA another angle about that is why sometimes in viewers we need to acknowledge them. Julius Kakasashel my TikTok live so say so in a worst case scenario say Anthony Gordon Sukupra one ever suffer
Basa.
Entina is a Basa and they say a branch of friend Rashford, a Manchester United player. It will walk up no Kupra. Opragu wan so. Opragu Manchester. That is why the benefit no so no. In the worst case scenario,
anti. You see Spain hobby.
Yenchemu 50-50. Yo baby a omo ye no. Say wo oda so wo club na nkasa dia oji ni nyina. But a year before the World Cup, baby a wo see what kind no. Half nko the mother club.
We say so prayer. It is good so dia sa. Nti opra dia no aban. 1G50 no opra dia no aban na mesa dia.
But you will be to say Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
Also, I say the decision will be made after the World Cup.
Yeah. Until after the John say wa man for bro.
Wa ra e mane ma.
And so we samba Barcelona. Ya take akra to me.
Wa ra e mane ma.
O be samba ya.
O kra o be free. O nyina. Say I am free players. E Bernardo tena how. Oh, Pep ko
Bernardo Silva. Nka ye sound before the World Cup. Nka 5,000 a day. You support Gambo coach.
Kra o ye papa go cry o bo kakra maya.
Portugal bet me the 20 days at the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
Multiply 20 by. And can you see 5,000? Yeah, nka kakra dia 2 years. And nko bet me tia
ball when the team no be we house and Pep Barcelona so aba no imagine. Asa me crazy so when escape.
But City players na sa de na omo ye no. Last time say some come
immaturity.
Say Pep kwa as obi a person. Obi a so so free team.
7 prayer as a Pep free match na omo mobo. I don't make us because of that almost be come out.
Amoya Maresca ko as onya.
But Obuna Maresca mum na enso be changing your ma. Omo nya de omo buko.
Maresca be change. Then na Pep ayo homo wa go change.
So no bet me be Champions League back to back. Say them Madrid.
Oh, okay,
sa Emi do. City call for Barca na be pejo. Because you born here boy, na be boy. Me boy.
There's a PSG for Sububi.
City Bobo obia person correct
because PSG for Sububi.
But on say PSG be omo but City Bobo because of obia person correct me boy. Barca for yen had the ni adani City fans. Omo de Madrid boy ni akontina ho. And Haaland. Ye be so no ma say dey ya bro. Ya so team ya Europa League de Manchester bo. Me boy. It's Pep call ni eji ade. Na say Maresca go do mo sa born. It's the whole way any about na attention na sa by so.
Kwakula be the message we aba or say or yeah a correction we make the message and say Andy correct Christian Anthony Gordon's money will go to Newcastle and not Barca. Yes, okay. Okay. So this is what occur in the name of
why
FIFA pays the money to clubs based on the qualifier.
Okay.
Okay.
Qualifiers the no. And you different.
Because minimum so much Sikafu
qualified the no.
Almost another $100 million to be almost so for qualifiers.
And the player now will call World Cup no. And that will do World Cup now. The club I will see I can into call a FIFA website. Teams na omo edum players will be our clubs so FIFA doesn't know Anthony Gordon so in Newcastle player at the World Cup
started payment from the campaign. FIFA will date here the campaign. It is date somebody campaign for the tournament and almost started here. And yet the day na tournament na started.
Me aware of it. Let me read it because FIFA ayi another $100 million qualifiers no
player bi obi bia no club
na Gogula bi wasem
yentie the FA president Mr. Kurt Edwin Simon Okreku and nkoma wedi wakasa the afa coach Carlos Queiroz who say the experience no ebe inspire the Black Stars ever World Cup level.
We're going to the World Cup, and to have an experience at the World Cup is a key. Was a key requirement that had to be met. And Carlos has been to 4 World Cups. 4 World Cups, and this is not a joke. To coach at the World Cup 4 times is not a joke.
Biggest Mundial.
Yes, so the experience is important. He's coached big players, players with different levels of egos. He's seen different dressing rooms, changing rooms. He's coached in Madrid with Real. This is perhaps a coach with the biggest CV to have arrived on our giving the
Yen team yi ba ye nkofo si ne mo ha na say but rocket no wahu bad teams are omo winning major tournaments.
Obi Onimbia him say me very real. I have seen bad teams win big tournaments. Me say good teams lose big tournaments.
Are we a bad or a good team?
Me say good teams win big tournaments. So you can never rule out any football nation, Ghana inclusive.
Are we a good or a bad team?
We are a good team.
A good or an average team?
We are a good team.
Okay.
We are a good team. You are a good team.
And so, Ube winning World Cup.
You are a good team.
Ube winning World Cup.
Me winning World Cup.
But Ube winning World Cup.
Me winning World Cup.
And so Ube winning World Cup. And the woman me
winning.
And Augusta. But Ube winning ana.
Nyami aduma.
Ube win. And so I said to me, can you own that thing?
See, nyami aduma. Me answer. See. Yeah, okay. I don't go cancel, but Nyami aduma.
Mr. President. Ona ye Ghana. Obi kana.
Dedi kan me say.
Ona ye president.
Dedi kan me say. Ghana will be represented by our best players available at the time. Ghana will be very competitive.
Okay.
The target is that we are going to war. In quotes, and when you're going to war, you don't. That's
I know the FA president on the delay show. Me tia an acceptance so na okase. Ya na nkofo kase ono na ye selection sedema coaches ono. No kro and say sometimes ote park so. No one who breaking news or almost starting for the national or almost starting game. And sometimes no crowd. See, ya mokase on no selection no. Ya no crowd. We no. And also best Ghana for you say yen fire and support and time right in it.
I think that as a country we have sacrificed a lot. Has an opinion to share. Believe me, if you ask me in private, I have my independent opinion to share. But at the end, I'm not relevant. You are not relevant in quotes in terms of who is picked and who is not picked. At the end, we have hired the services of a group of people to into battle to represent Ghana, regardless of what we think, or perhaps reduce trees to win. But that is football. Not for them to take those decisions that I believe know what they know and know what we demand of them. What we have to do is to support them physically, and they deliver. And to be able to do that, they need that serene now to support the team, to get behind the team, sacrificed. When we did not go to the AFCON, we have already sacrificed in supporting them to qualify. Now is the time to give them the necessary push to go to the next level. And they need everybody. They need you. They need you that you're watching me, and they need all of us to support them. When they turn they should see Ghana heavily represented in the stands and chanting, "Oh, say Ghana, oh, say Ghana." And that will naturally push the adrenaline levels of each and every player for them to perform for Ghana.
I know the Ghana Football Association president, Mr. Kurt Edwin Simone Kriku, and Yetine from January, and so the Black Stars of Ghana captain Jordan Ayew, or say Emra na Asamwajan Ewo national team no. Baby Jet, Xtra in Nema Bibi.
I started when I first came to the national team. Obviously, I came and I was a little boy, and today.
Any Jordan Ayew in sa interview with me a part I know say no move about the tattoo na war no say nechi oni tattoo was saving nechi no for a trophy obet me win with Ghana. Now yes tattoo no e won nechi, but on captaincy issue no Jordan say on kra wa nwene wo da wa na nwene wo da say be drew the be amana be captain for the Black Stars.
I'm not someone who, like I said, things of leading and captain and those type of things. I'm not. It's not my. It's not things that do you understand? For me, I always, because I'm a big believer of what you deserve, you always get it at some point. So I always leave everything to God. Do you understand what I mean? And it's not even something that I was even thinking about, because even for instance, like I remember one time when they came to London and came to we met and told me that obviously he wants me to do. I felt like he came from Bullshit. He didn't come from like the management and all those things. Do you understand what I mean? So I didn't want to be involved in those type of things. So with time.
But here you are.
It comes naturally. It always comes naturally.
Okay, Jordan Ayew. Now I don't know Max Omikaze or Sinechino CV for trophy over winning with Black Stars. Now so seriously.
My former headmaster be your late, may he so rest in peace, Mr. Taylor say, even horses are jumping padams. How much more cockroaches?
Any casa bongo, baby crewrita. No, and I have cockroach in a day. And I Tefre. I say Muzo and a crack and a difference.
Kakaka
no, so I'm saying Muzo friends. Tefre, okay. And if horses are jumping padams, how much more cockroaches? Also, a saving a chief for trophy of Eddie.
Obejo with Ghana
after World Cup, I home back from every blast as in a trophy now. To catch us in a chin on quite your bay. After the World Cup, say, I'm queer, most of the senior men. No, some Bob Cry, a bay French, I some baby, say young guys now they take it a call. But he's why are they? Jordan, I are you wrong. But so Jordan say go crowd World Cup though.
Sir,
Debbie, an okay match or share go World Cup. They are queen now. On share go. On share go. As a more now say Bebre. I think 6 goals, right? And I did I say 3. Kudusa say 2. Sula say 2. Apia say 1. Hamini Dramani. I think I have the name correct. Aminu Dramani also say 1. And a KPB is why I say 1. And I think say no. Oh, Debbie Bukari, Osman Bukari
against Portugal.
And I'm say we so shady. Era Jiko say Salisu Mubako. Salisu so Ashabako. Any Korea and why?
Waka appear there.
Said they appear them. I can say they did the they did or no. I said 3. Say last World Cup or she go.
Andre, yeah.
Andre or she go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Portugal. On I said second goal.
The Gideon here cross.
Oh yeah, okay. It's not me feel you know. Or Bosch or. No, they didn't have palms. Ghana. Andy. Keto Kreku years on a day finance. I was sorry, but I think so. Casa too much. Baby, I drew see a casa and say free FA for any adio minister ho. A place. And players ne casa should give us confidence. Majority Asia. Also, a question here, straight for yes or no answer. Obeji World Cup na wonje.
Persuade.
Me pesa me jana chirese. Anti wako school na exam ni atro say Obeji World Cup na wonje no wako tro me pesa meji. Christian wona here lecture and come marking it down and I'll be mapping up. Oh yeah, say we there. Ebia obisa me question say Max. Exams will be passed. I know if you say me person me pass. Have I answered your question?
So answer.
How?
Me person me pass yes an answer. One kasakura na one answer. Yes or no. I want to. I will. Nina an answer depending on how we will be fun.
Okay. But a answer you be marked down. You be marked down because that's not what yes or no. Obeje World Cup and now winje. Oh, meje and I menje simple. Ebia meje and utie. 18 exams so ye mau those questions me aka say elaborations and answer explanations so e more additional marks. Oh meje say ni say oh mean to menje say ni say na mum say. Na obeje and now winje also me person meje eno e say. Countries na go hwan na mpesa obeje. But no be a bit me aka say obeje ana me boa. And on a more serious note, the admit say we want to hear from our stars. To say that Jordan Moaka say we're Janet or the pick up and they are motivating enough. I hope so what I say. And again say, oh yeah, this is the tournament that Portugal and England crowd have been struggling. And I was saying recent World Cup no be crowned to me in defend you. It's Ghana or bad aji. The NCA meaning no problem when I say no moon team better mercy. Me pacho Ghana target yasati for World Cup na edin. Andy catch me. Your market Ghana for nyina se yepe hu scanty yasati target na edin.
So coach can some person free group stage. Omo qualify from the group stage.
And a minister no so person ko semi final budget won o maye. It is your mother that way. And our coach in by he was not told said this is the target. And it is the target according to Jiska.
Obeda okachi coach we say team we person go do semi final.
Na ye Ghana for there ye team we no mo aka tell so my semi final budget. Mr. Minister. And so what I say ye team we how handy o mo aka tell say ye Ghana the target ye semi final.
A bold attempt. It doesn't mean we can't get there. A bold attempt here called semi-final. But the reality of the matter is say World Cup in Ghana yen to menje. Indeed, they say Kate can say Mbajotia. Oh, say Kate can no set semi-final target because someone had the budget coin. It's also you have set a target already, and our target is the semi-final. That's what we are working up to. Yeah, simple. No, I got now say, Opesa Waji, Obia will say Opesa or semi-final, also Opesa Waji, and see which is which.
So do semi-finals and or to us.
Now, what will be your cup or one semi-final? Also, what your target is semi-final. And today, so would now say,
the
target we have communicated to Ghanaians are here working a semi-final. As a Crawford, also, or I don't go out looking for knockout. But if it's come on the line, he will go. Truly, Okoye. Ain't he? What target now? The Amas Ghanaians. This is your coach, a different target, but what I say. Minister no different target. Minister say semi-final no more budget. Coach no so ba already e corner so be free group stage no no akọ next stage. Every president so no so person oje wo come this year dey. And we brony friend a cacophony of voices. I say we can we. I say we've not planned for anything. And yes all bet now ka say o mpesa meje na kire say wo ye adwuma. Wa wonim so wontu menje. Inti Ajia no kura issue no you can't know we're playing down so we budgeted for the semi-final, so for now that's what we are working towards. But say BB Badia we'll see what happens. Simple. Now the number of no yeah. Why my girl no kura girl na shatan because girl no questions was straight away. But in any case Andy you better say BB abe to me akoye but my main fa we ka crans also Mr. On say World Cup we no omo performing no. And the Nigerian artists be brave so obekaya.
Mehu Bena Boy
me ade.
Mehu Lesbia Rima enso ka ho.
Them say yenya Ghanaian artists be ho.
No.
And Nigeria for no eye dede. Mo so World Cup mo beto nyo my yabo. Mo beto nyo agie ni yabo. But the lesson in it is that Andy, most of these Nigerian artists are a form omoto genre nyumbe no omoto angasa Afrobeats in the most meboa.
Yeah,
I stand to be correct. Do we have rappers and all that? Most of them near Afrobeats meboa.
Yeah, Nigeria.
Yes, Ghana so your top musicians currently in the omoto nyumbe dancehall and a day it be a high life on. But on say Afrobeats and say a high life na no more. Like re-indexing what I say. So what I'm saying is that we live in Ghana here. When Ghanaian is singing, you don't even see the difference between the Ghanaian. They copy the Nigerians. Wrong. Again, say you can't dance all our artists are big, like Satani Stoneboy, Mona, you can't rap. But if it's about rap, Mbacho PD in the Eminem Momuni America.
Mom say speed
Jay-Z
or speed carless no speed you Ghanaian.
Hey Bombo made a mini Ghanaian passport. The video now about one. Video now World Cup song. Ghana flag in the dominating US
we have a Ghanaian artist going to perform in speed.
Is that all Kohini?
That be now Yamani passport on your Ghanaian.
We are not downplaying anything, but what I'm trying to say is that if it's about rapper, we have a whole Jay-Z, man. Forever young fame. You understand that, man? Or rap out to say yes. Jay-Z more PD the Eminem like your guys were. And other artists were hunting a bad day on Befai. And Afrobeat no. And the Enya worldwide record. And I say about dancehall and Bajoti. Say a dancehall artist, then the Jamaicans are there. Because even Shatawale Krano a toppest artist, no doubt. And ne papa ne Vice Cartel.
Who is a Jamaican?
Yeah, Cartel. Say yeah, can't dance all Cartel ne Spice money adene ebeko. And the majority asia. I had to say, Yen Robi Alpha Blondie from Ivory Coast. Majority asia. He sings reggae. But the intro of what rise or no or Yenny BBA with the Jamaican. This year can't see a Peru reggae as a culture more why I am foul. And in Bajoso what I say, into the Afrobeat genre na Nigeria for a propagating, it looks more African bibi no from your friend is saying abrofo no what they hear meaning say what you say and these Nigerians no business inclined no more top enti amo artists no etumi a trend pa but enunti de bia no in that aspect in the ombeko because high life me and omu nyina na ebo when bo mo no see an afrobeat na attend because amo mo no enya more way because say shows or mo playing na the numbers or munya and we look at all these things numbers or munya or shows name arenas or more rocky with the number me say Nigeria the Pampenas Empire Whiskey no and I won't feeling oh they say Ben about me the Whiskey na me feeling the same so me the any rumor oh the any rumor yeah guy one with the amateur Rema Umali guys yeah it's Ghana no is good say your dance all artists ning na ye good so be abetu ba ya yen so ye de na nkasa no e was say ye making sure say ye be minim say what ya say na it was a Ghana they say your music na do your two bia bi say Ghana unhu nwuma your two bia bi and I me adwene but I say the e global dey kalika no omo na me one pass say ya inform anko because nka asa no o babu nso omo je el kadisi asa no sa address mo oh na PSG Champions League they were dancing with it so minim say be so connections near ade na wom near there but I think say nka dope nation to me ko bia it would have been great but whether or not they are brothers into omo nkoto nyonji ani ne mmobo no this is Bramo
well na tie curtain common na also a realist me boa realist you be a can say me say the city on wada into be a realist bia no e be yi a and the obeka chi say be yi so be wu a on fan konna wo na da bi ade na aye no ya ma be 3 days and now 3 months to live they will tell you as it is. Those are people classified as realist. So you're a realist, you don't use the few examples to make a case. Some who bad teams say win the tournament. How often and as I didn't see. Okay, that tournament. Let's forgive him. One can tournament to crow. Yeah, can probability. And then the number of times such things happens are one out of 100. I don't know. So you're realist, you don't base on that to make an argument. Very insignificant. Because the number of bad teams winning air tournament, any trophies, you know. When you compare the number of good teams winning air tournament, now number of bad teams, you know, insignificant in fraction form and the negligible. More fire. You don't do that. And Nasem no cano, no Asabekasami a realist, and a realist who says that who a bad team winning the tournament. How often who's a bad team winning the tournament? How often? And tensi. Now say Omami tournament Andy. Bad teams ebetimia tournament ako say a surprise. But going all the way to win the tournament, you know, and tensi. Saudi Arabia Argentina or the tournament, you know. Both of we Champions League. Mekai Obi kaje last 2 years was it here Nana Girona Ejina Sunano Obi told us the bubble will best. Ahead there bedu stage you know they will get to their limit. Samre BKB the team Girona will win the league because Girona sent Barcelona back to back on the Girona matches. Girona to score. Nanzo Sako Kumu. BKB need to score. Nanzo Sako Kumu. Osako Kumu. Na Inter Boshe Kumu Shop Metro Kumu Shana Inter Betiazero. Ojo Tunani Betiazero. Yes. Elitino Girona Beba no across surprise was Barcelona home away for a 4-2 and won in the trophy. But going all the way to win the tournament today. Intensity. Spain ebeji the World Cup. The first game they lost to Switzerland. Yeah. But the Switzerland win the World Cup. No, said it's a tournament expect one big surprise to happen. Ghana to beat England. And their team KCB France and lose to Senegal. The Senegal win the tournament. Untimi. In fact, Cameroon Tunisia was Argentina. No, Argentina say Cameroon as Argentina. No, that was a big surprise. Brazil. That was a big surprise. But we are minus oh yes, a smaller club. The Obeya and say Obe also surprises a bedu stage the bubble will best. Morocco, a surprise at the last World Cup, a do level, no, a hone level. So don't raise Ghanaian expectation. May say the last thing I would do to a Ghanaian listening to me is give that Ghanaian a false hope. Say blaster team we ever go World Cup, I could do semi-final. I will do a disservice to you, and I will raise your disappointment level to the highest level. Water down your expectation. Say see a year and see what for say the ekosi here no, that was what you were expecting. Ebasana, you don't become disappointed. And me I don't me fortune baby I know you are doing that on kasa bebrebe said the more na wo kasa no obi a wodi do manim de untimi kasa wo kokon abra on kasa wo kodi nkunim say microphone si wonim ko ade a and the idea baka say team ne be kwa kwaji World Cup but say take it ne dem deep within him no nko ahye dem a ensem wo kana bonten no and na ensem wo kana microphone a different anything there. Realist will never say who bad teams winning tournament in Tino or the such few examples make a case that is not a feature of realist.
It's directly what I check and I say your team near bad.
Or they say delay pushing say is it a good team or because I say you good team. So he was pushed
as a bad team or the tournament here beje. No as I say a good team this I am fadi.
Now my last but one. Baby a de emra. Yesheshe emra se nipa ni mra so no e abrofo ne de bae ye nhwe ma abrofo mo de mra bae na ye mra no ye di bi so no emuso mra o ma kan kire ni say no one is guilty until proven guilty. England for ne say omo edwon so ombechi apata on that day no Patebo captain Amban in England for mo if they decide not to greet Pata all the Ghanaian other players must also refuse to greet England for no. Pate is not guilty of any offense. He has only been charged. And court Mremuno Adebako and say there's a court in court of air public opinion. Any court of air competent jurisdiction. Court of public opinion. And the any conjectures, any rumors, any half truth, ne de boa for. But a proper court of competent jurisdiction. You need evidence to prove your case. And until a judge better know so, it doesn't matter the charges. It could be 30, it could be 40, it could be 100 charges. And until a court over pass it through the proper trial. I'm a court, I can say would follow, and would default. Pate is not guilty of any offense. Pate is only charged. And the English players, the English FA, do not have any right to treat Thomas Partey as will be guilty of the offense I charge you. It's the Ghanaian players need to be how much me near posty. Near country Ghana players and say Partey on that day no bobo against England no Partey should wear the captain armband. What's the captain did catch ya? If the English players I want to say Partey all the Ghanaian other players must follow suit Obi and Chani Ongo. Now Partey what are we going to gain from it? Let's return favor. If they refuse to agree party, I only the air blasters now. All the other Ghanaian players must also show support to party. Say party are guilty and going to America. Say party are guilty of the offense. You're charging a America phone service a money work room. If the party is going to America as an innocent person, you're charging for offense. For all you know, every party are guilty of any of the offense. Why would they don't want to treat him as Obia? You're charging you're convicting. Is he a convict? Now, Abrofunia be before you're corrupt. But beg Gamaya, Omuya number one, Omu Jamaya Sani. But party de Pia Bonti, Omu de Pia Bontia, party de minor and getting. They should not treat party as somebody you're convicting. Party is not convicted of any crime. He has only been charged. And until proven guilty, you cannot treat him or guilty of any offense. Last one, maybe answer. Jordan, the choice of Air Blasters captain based on seniority and Wekem. You choose Blaster captain based on the Oba affairs. Ghana has a cry. I can't say, "You are Heneno." Na peniti ase. Yetimi wo hene na penny ho ba na akora na ewo no na abra na penny tiase no abesan penny no akoni hini captaincy no it must be based on certain qualities obi wo player bia ba Blasters ne 2 years pe know what the qualities to lead the Blasters are. We should not deny the player based on so by NJ. Even at certain club level, and seniority in the choose captain. Me say me your typical example. Sami Hipia.
Yes.
A Liverpool player. I know about Liverpool actually. But Steve Gerrard besan who be a captain Edema Liverpool. And they Liverpool for say omo new captain one. E Dominic Soboslai. Dominic Soboslai. Wa me meet several Liverpool players omo boss here. But their next captain, Van Dijk kwa Dominic Soboslai adentra because they see a leader in him. Dominic Soboslai no ano yakoda boy a captain of the national team. So leadership no qualities. Obi betime about Blaster 20 years no only leader. That person cannot be a captain. And the choice of the criteria of choosing a Blaster captain based on seniority alone and the management of the Blasters, the Ghana Football Association, and then the technical handlers, must have a second look, a cake way of choosing a leader.
Yes. England for no more. You'll be a friend grave, bro. For any friend is a nano. Obi who are near the night to me. I said, what tears and now oh bow wonder. And West California be nay, and England for near. Omunja domo is psychological. And it's a macabre say, irrespective of Ghana, a team how weak or though we are, England for us almost near Bonomuseki. Anonymous because in our history at the World Cup, we've been able to cause certain upsets and at born here, yes, almost the same attention they said you are. So what they are doing, they be no more bomb money because one, if they fail to make your party, it won't affect our performance. But boys name and yes, my we could do mutrim. And the majority days you have to stay focused. So we are mind so much your party, yes, you be say on be go off guard. Meaning so only me junior. On be go off guard. So much your party born here bebo. But England for ninety. So much your party. Ebema Ghana for no cry more motivated in the game to prove a point. And if somebody is motivated to want to prove a point, it becomes harder. And the boys will make sure that they will also do something for party. If only there is unity and everything that will come. The boys will also decide that then they will play in solidarity for their brother. In as much as they will put up a solid performance. A coach, any handlers now want to manage this situation, they will put up a solid performance. And on this moment, your party, near put a solid performance, near bomb 1-0. No one to me and Tia. Ghana and GD. Yendi crab, me say, and Kaje crab because I did me and my bet you so good. It's Mama Munchia. I'm sure some bets are psychological and almost be 2 year trim. It's 1 year. Omom could tell him the Ghanaians the best safety folk and not focusing about England so Munchina, not psychological baby, or Moboa. Memox from your whole crank can make a place a good news. So when Pata, what we are going to do that we are going to play this game for party. It's young and I improve a point. Nandini a bonnie a saw 1-0, 2-0. Nothing you have on Mutibati. See, I saw Monas or one qualifier. Coach in the Bepamano. My mom won England for my mom won a born here bebo. Yamrani mobo. Fair play in Akabon. It is a Muslim one ya any problem. Yeah, dear Massa, he who is down fears no fall. Yeah, that form that I'm boy. The was say no the other from Nusraria say. Someone in Amos saying ya de Mr. Host I say na team we bet to the semi final. Yeah, we are confused because every president saw Kwaje coach no see the team no be second round. Minister saw your budget or pay scale for your friend say semi final. It is a young boys yan on be more come one maya. It's a World Cup Kwama. I think he jai kwana Nigeria for Koboba. But the bebo. Makaze born here Kobonandi say you win match crani but that knew the last time he bobo. We still will play football. Into the England for no some of them are catch room. Omanga say new omunjina. Forget about your team name, you know, Masa Uji. Forget about Sa Jete, Bob your boy. Born a Jete boy. A best or kill. Now boys number say England game no and no mudinya contra digidini.
also ba also winchia o de mama munchia ni enwe na that day pattern kro mo nchia no be hu de obey omo nti omo suro and now say Ghana because your players seniors ne plan I think the high profile player or Ghana team near party in terms of profile but what I say into omo yes na so omo like almost we yenpene we are going to fight them to omo de omo munchia ni asho omo 2-0 and now 1-0 yes say we o number frequency say hey ko krom so free Germany mensi ha be very careful because group name na tricky yo
medasi maminya the few birthdays now so now Max you did it. Happy birthday to Oprah Winfrey Redu, former KSTS students. Anastasia says she will pursue degree course in communication at UPSC level 400. This is coming from your dad, Mr. Samuel Redu, Secretary, Western Bypass Car Dealers Association. T. Oprah Winfrey Redu, happy birthday to you from your dad. Now, International Kwame Cash. International Kwame Cash. Chairman for Tetewe.
Yeah, man.
Nyami Admochna, chairman, birthday.
Yes.
Tetewe Funyina chairman Kwame Cash.
Same. I'm Cash does a birthday, so don't say. I'm on for Bidia, the real crowd.
Chairman.
I know the man was say, catch it and say, Mom, didn't go as a meal. Every baby, no, I say, I'm a catcher.
It's a woman in New for chairman.
Chairman, I'm so Obama. Oh, say to say, your top of Murray is the Biaba, Green Massa. That's what I say. We had the crowd, so I can't go do the merchant. To say you come casting there, you're so happy, baby. And we're not there.
Okay. But it's our Kwame Cash. I'm here watching.
And the Baku, should the end.
Yeah, but Mama list.
And the deal on the Kwame Bio. And the Canadian can do us.
Hey, now what try the Abraham? May and I'm moving for this.
Oh, no, so yet remember, but say it was
okay. Mr. Akosibio. And there were a party out of TV. And I was say from 2 o'clock going, and then wow, to be a blower. Or yet, Jan, or yet, Nam, Sabi, Bibi, and net 300 Monday, and then there was a weekends here, but in the weekends here, Bosim,
Tetivino, or invite a month for radio, so I want you baby or not.
Oh, I said, get one, Sunday on my elbow, so I elbow.
The year to them, will be ending, but Omutiana Motus are flowing. I said, get one, I said, take second get one. Oko police post on I won't say, Barnes, your Conamo, your ball live band, it be all. Ma so so nuze say utwemoria ye ka jo say 183 now
na uza kwa parking ka wase wa bawi park was so
we okay that's happy birthday to Mr. John Kusi Afro-Ken say oh yeah Tiles any Tarazo worker to Mr. John Kusi Afro-Ken, happy birthday to you. Sanso and I say happy birthday to Sibawi Bawa and a Sibawi and so the birthday Sibawi Bawa, happy birthday to you. And Franco Fiajman
oh sir
on the birthday no be ashinti no dia tete but na hunu social media say na your birthday
Franco Fiajman. Now they or
the cabruta. Papa Odi or the cabrio.
We no on it opeli. We have my fellow a
video call.
David what's up call is a cancer cry.
Conference
guys a group call.
I'm saying how many for the asset.
Is it a woman involved?
Oh, it's got the paper no tree. I never said for the asset. Oh, baby, the F. I was sure I'm saying. Now was Sunday now one of the better series in the police always say this come one of the no you do Hanama Kuntana you do Hanama. It's in Oza and that man the Bob for the fellow and family. But actually there is happy birthday.
Franco Viajuan, happy birthday to you. Nango Bunsha. Chris and Papa General the message you was say one major factor na Maxwell and one major factor was any Ghanaian artist ever performing at the World Cup language barrier.
Okay. Yeah. It's also another area. That is very good. But no, I know the
universal language.
He knows where is la onim the original soca, but not music. They're not necessarily. What I say? Not necessarily. Besides Ghana for Roman table for. Titina, you shana yen anamo. Yeah, famona or mo bossa substitute. Nesa anyum ne eban. So munim to. So no more dance to it. But Ebia no so will be built.
Kakalika ko global senya bro for nyom.
Sentino man.
There's a part bro for baby a tree.
Angelique Kijo no more penetrate bag and market no more to air.
No, but the real is a Ghana for ang sa mo pebro for nyom sa. And now send the oya. Debbie the Jake. So over percentage of Ghanaians are omo pebro for nyom as to that or tria and the baby 80-20. Even a catch for no crowd Ghana no more time pebble for
Elumba na still Elumba
happy birthday to Gibson we every international meme also celebrating a legend. Gibson, happy birthday to you Nyankopon Xtra. Have a wonderful birthday.
Alebo so no K1.
Yeah, K1
pap.
Yeah.
Esreso. Also na Wednesday birthday. Kiwana action or yemen Andy.
Na enam no nam nyina won kan wata me na
say o se meka na me da nase. Ko sipa do ya lo sai. Ti won se no kra me nya ho me fa omla ho no. Esenso na me tane aja nyi kakra. O se ho se ho mo de ho pa. Because them no be say ya re bo.
Bo me
it's about 3 days now on review.
Kiwana mission pa Kiwan pa Esenso.
More fire.
Mission pa Kiwan.
That say ya call.
Yeah, we are high.
I was out for
we Amoroso say or china
and one point me for man koto
one question
and you ran them who no one me wa bia so
but say so see so man na
me wie nam ko hwe no
anti so see so
me wie nam ko hwe no so the amal ko me wie nam ko hwe
no ko hwe no me
ya man si wa ha na so nyankobo ya do be say share on Monday na yet we ato aso e de akenya na e de aba ha it was a wonderful time being with you throughout this week. Have a wonderful weekend and stay blessed. Bye bye.